Okay, so you got the picture there, Ash? Yep. Yep. Got us there? Sorry, I can't talk now, darling. I don't know why. Yeah, sorry. I'll talk later. Bye. Okay, so you got me back? You got you there, Ed? Hello? Hello?
Sorry, need first.
Hang on. Okay, so who's up there? We got everybody talking?
the landing at Gallipoli by Australian and New Zealand soldiers with an observance ceremony. I now call upon the players and officials to please line up for the service. They're not done. The Catafalque Party is a guard of 4 service personnel who are posted by their commander as sentries. They are posted facing outwards with their rifles reversed to show respect. The Catafalque Party today is supplied by the 2nd, 4th Support Battalion. Ladies and gentlemen, please be upstanding as the Catafalque Party, under the command of Corporal Nicole Hodges, will now mount. To recite the ode today will be Mark Doreen, who from a young age showed interest in adventure and the military, and in 1993, at the age of 18, joined the Australian Regular Army. In 1997, joined the elite ranks of the Australian Special Forces and served for over 10 years. During his service with the Special Forces included the Sydney Olympic Games, East Timor, Iraq and 5 tours of Afghanistan. Please remain standing as I invite Mr Mark Doreen to recite the ode, which will be followed by the last post and a minute's silence.
Take my fucking thing off and...
It's all good.
You been alright?
Yeah, not so bad.
They shall grow not old, as we the left grow old. Age shall not weary them, nor the years condemn. At the going down of the sun and in the morning, we will remember them. lest we forget.
Please remain standing for the New Zealand and Australian national anthems to be sung by musician Melanie Brown.
God of nations, at thy feet, in the bonds of love we meet. Hear our voices, we entreat. God defend our free land. God Pacific's triple star, from the shafts of strife and war, make her praises heard afar. God defend New Zealand. Australians, oh, let us rejoice, for we are young and free. With golden soil and wealth for toil, our home is girt by sea. Our land abounds in nature's gifts of beauty rich and rare. In history's page let every stage advance Australia fair. In joyful strains then let us sing, advance Australia fair.
Now the Catafalque Party, under the command of Corporal Nicole Hodgman, will dismount. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And now the umpires and captains from both teams will be joined by naval veteran Mr. Jeff Bennett for the toss, and wish both teams well. Thanks again for your attendance.
present your North Hobart membership card, and you'll get that staff discount. So it comes on to mute when you turn it on.
Yeah, so if you turn it off, yeah, that
Oh,
won't go bang when you turn it on.
Yeah, yeah, that's fine. I'll turn the power off now, so that's all good.
That should last maybe.
No worries. I'm happy I'm alive. See you, mate. Thank you. Sandwich. It's good. Sandwich.
Where do we launch? Like I said, I'll split screen. What are you just streaming it off what? Or something, just run through the goal kickers and I can hear it. Has he just got one of those view live things here, does he? Or is he sending this back for a... Yeah, I think that's attached to the phone up there. Yeah. Is he just attached it to the phone? Yep. Or remote? Yep. Clean cut. North Hobart. Clean skin.
Good afternoon and welcome to North Hobart Oval for this round 4 TSL ANZAC Day clash between the North Hobart Demons and the defending premiers Launceston. Two pretty contrasting form lines from both sides heading into this one. The hosts, the Demons, 0-2, coming up against a Launceston side that's 2-0. They've played the exact same two opponents, where North Hobart have suffered a couple of pretty heavy defeats. Launceston have had a pretty decisive pair of victories. They have stamped themselves as the team to beat in season 2021. It would take a big turnaround for the Demons. They've had the bye, they've come back fresh, and I'm sure they want to put on a show here on ANZAC Day. Can they cause what would be a massive boil-over? Tubes Taylor.
Well, g'day, Cools. It's great to be here and at the spiritual home of Tasmanian football, and we saw a lovely ANZAC Day observance ceremony before the bounce here. And the boys from North Hobart certainly look up and about, and they're coming up against a really informed Launceston side who have only got stronger since last year. I'm not sure what their coach, Clinton French, expects, but I would expect that he'd expect a good, strong amount of heart, to use the word expect quite frequently there, Drewy. But I'm not sure. I'm not going to write them off totally, but I am going to say I'm going to give a tip before the game and say that Launceston by at least 4 goals. Your thoughts?
I think they'd probably take 4 goals after their 113-point demolition job they copped at the hand of North Launceston the last time they took the field. And given Launceston touched up North Launceston, it only gets tougher. But look, I think they're a proud club. They'll want a response here today. It's a big occasion playing on ANZAC Day. You've had a week to reassess, no games last week, get back. I think we'll see a much better performance today, but I do agree. I think Launceston will have a bit too much about them today and should win reasonably comfortably.
A couple of Devils back for the North Hobart Footy Club in Dom White, Ryan Keegan and Sam Banks-Smith, along with Logan Elphingston. And a couple of outs, Bailey Walker with a punctured lung and Dylan Ford with an ACL. Tyler McGuinness is a big out, who's off playing VFL footy as well. So some ins for North Hobart: Isaac Matheson, Dom White, Keegan Ryan, as I said, Logan Elphingston and Riley Higgins. For Launceston, they've got 3 changes. Hamish Leadham comes back into the side, Zach Morris and Colby McKercher, the 16-year-old on debut. They're cool. So very excited to see how he goes about his business. But the game here about to get started after we said the ANZAC Day observance ceremony. Your thoughts on who's kicking the first goal, Andrew? I know you're a bit of a gambling man. Who are you tipping? I'm going to say Grant Holt. He's been in form, for sure.
I'll play the odds if you're going to bring that to it and go Dylan Riley. He's kicked 8 goals in the opening 2 rounds of the season.
He's doing all right.
Seems to be in reasonably handy form around the big sticks.
We'll see how that goes in a little wager just between you and I. Ball about to be bounced here in the centre of North Hobart Oval.
Elphingston up against Leadham in the rucks. Pretty much man on man around the ground to start off. We'll see how long that lasts. The Demons might be tempted to just drop an extra behind the ball. We'll wait and see. We're almost underway. The sun is shining here at North Hobart. A lovely afternoon for football. Pretty good conditions on this huge occasion. Always a big deal for the players playing on ANZAC Day. And we'll see if that can bring out the best of the North Hobart. Looking for a response. It doesn't get much tougher. I suppose the only way it could get tougher would be if this game were at Windsor Park.
That's true.
So taking on the favourites. An immense challenge awaits, and we'll see if this young playing group of the Demons.
Colby McKercher on debut, starting out of the goal square, Drewy.
Like that. Like that a lot. See if he can make an impact. We're all in readiness, and we're underway here in the ANZAC Day game at North Hobart. Launceston look to get first use of it. Anyone get a clean clearance, they will. Pitcher thumping it forwards for Launceston, defended by Williams. It's just the double-fisted spoil away, clears the area, only temporarily though. Handball not too bad out the back, and the relieving kick to the wing is a good one. And it finds Griggs at half-back. His kick slightly dicey to Caswell, but he made it work, did Caswell. They try to execute the switch, but that's a poor kick, turned it over. Straight to Casey Brown, who wheels and goes. He sets it up. He's got a man all of his own. He's missed him. Oh, he had Brendan Taylor in plenty of space and just missed his kick. Let off the hook there, Tubes.
Yep, as Dom White receives the ball out on the half-back flank, gets called to play on, sends his kick long, it's out on the full. Basically in the George Miller stand about 7 rows back. So it'll be a free kick going the way of Launceston. House will take it from centre wing, gets called to play on. Sends a nice long one down towards his forwards, flying at the back. That's a good strong mark coming out to meet the footy by that man in Smith. Smith plays on quickly, sends it long. There's a big man coming out to meet it and he gets his hands on it, does Thorpe. Cody Thorpe will go back and have a shot from a tough pocket here to kick a goal at North Hobart Oval with the breeze blowing down towards the scoreboard. So Launceston get their first look at goal. Thorpe just cut his way through about 4 or 5 players there to take the mark halfway up his shins. So Cody Thorpe, when he comes, he likes it off the boot. Gee, it's straight as a die. Goes straight through the middle for Thorpe, and they're on the board already. Launceston get the first score of the game.
That is a lovely kick. Beautiful drop punt. Dead straight. Goal umpire did not move. Straight over his head. And, jeez, hit them well when you just dissect the middle and the goal umpire's over scrambling.
Well, thankfully, neither of us have to shell over any dollars for that one. You said Dylan Riley, but Thorpe, what a kick.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Well, they are tough pockets to kick from. Not much wind to play, but still, I think generally North Hobart would be fairly happy if they're restricting chances to those kind of angles.
Absolutely, and the breeze isn't overly large, but it always goes down towards that scoreboard pocket.
So the Rucks will go at it once more. And again, it'll be Launceston who take it away. A long searching kick forward from Blackberry. Almost found Thorpe again, hits the deck. Holt lurking there. Holt just gets his handball away. Now across to Pitcher. The Demons scramble it away. Searching kick out there. Trying to get something going, but the Blues have just got a bit of a warm set up in midfield and they scored this one out of play. And we've seen the first 2 centre clearances pretty decisively won by Launceston. If North Hobart have any chance today, they're really going to need to lift in that area.
There's a good clearing kick from Millhouse there for North Hobart to clear the area. They just look so strong through the midfield.
They do. Slightly high tackle, and yes, the umpire spots that one, and the Demons with the chance to go inside 50 for the first time this afternoon. It's a searching kick. Oh, well defended, nicely done from Dowling, getting a decisive fist in and knocking that one away. Read there by James Dowling. Looking into the space nicely. But the first chance for the Demons to attack. Launceston dropping a player off the back of the square, playing goalkeeper. As this one is kicked forward, dangerous by Tulhill. But couldn't quite make it work. Good pocket throw in once again.
Handy work in the ruck there by Nick Jackson for North Hobart to grab it out and try and get the kick forward.
Leading with House again. Snap around the corner. It's a good one. Boy, does he love that. What a goal. The Demons with a quick response, and they have absolutely all mobbed the young man and got around him.
Yeah, Jack Sandrick, the captain,
lifting them with a goal there.
Well, opportunistic stuff from the Demons, and that's what they'd like to see, and I'm sure Coach Clinton French would be happy with that. First inside 50 there, Drewy. And hopped on it real quick, did the captain. I like it.
Yeah, they're going to need to make their chances count today. I don't think 100% is a forward efficiency you can expect them to be running out throughout the afternoon, but
I agree.
You certainly you feel if there's going to be a chance here today, making the most of their opportunities is going to be key.
Back in the middle, ruck contest, one down, running through nicely was Pitcher, who's had a ton of it early. Quick kick away nicely there by Millhouse. Just couldn't quite clear the immediate danger. And they jump on it to Launceston. And the umpire says, no, I'll take it, thank you, and ball it up. At the bottom of the pack down there was Big Greenwagon. So a ball up here at half forward for Lonnie. Launceston nicely down. Nice tackle by Sandrick again, and the umpire will take it again. As we see, the forward line for North Hobart really open. There's no one inside there attacking 50. One down again. Pitcher caught high. get a free kick.
You never. I think part of the reason it's so much that way is they've dropped a man behind the ball defensive side of the contest. Is
Blackberry.
For Blackberry to rush this one along to Thorpe. Couldn't quite bring it down. The Demons ought to just rush it through. And they do so through Williams. Thorpe looming large in that goal square. Metaphorically as well as physically. He is fair presence down there as the clearing kick is just overhit and should favour Morris, but it'll just elude him. And out for the throw in. It was Jack McCulloch there for the Demons, hot on his tail.
Good to see Sam Banks-Smith come out onto the ground. One of the talented youngsters here at North Hobart. So a ball in at centre wing. Contest one down nicely there by Leadham. Quick kick forward by the D's. Working to the front of the pack, it just beats them all. Miller can't quite. And we'll see another ball up at half forward.
So the Demons probing here, settling into the game nicely after a bright opening couple of minutes from Launceston. Starting to win the ball at the coalface a little bit more. Now inside 50 again. No, it falls out the back, and Blackberry, who has been prominent early, and he gained some serious meterage here. He just ran on and thumped it deep down the line. I think Demon's back there though, and taking it away is Young. A bit of a mess of that though. Coming out defensive 50. The numbers advantage, didn't really use it overly well. And they'll cough up a throw in at half forward for Launceston.
When you get a space like that, Drew, you've really got to make sure you possess the footy. Hit targets from half back as the ball comes in again. Ruck contest, one down again. Greenwagon's Leadham's just had it on a stick. Musica gets it forward again, down towards Thorpe. Thorpe just gets 2 fists on it, does Williams. Out the back there for Taylor. Taylor get caught high. No, umpire says play on. Quick kick out into the middle of the ground, and the mark should be taken by Elphinston. And North Hobart will look to counter-attack. Not a lot of movement in front of him there. So he goes out wide to the stack-at in Norton. Norton tries to bite off more than he can chew. Leadham gets it off to the handy Donella. Nice tackle laid there by Launceston. There might be a little bit of a argue stuff here. Maybe get a little bit of trouble there for Donnellan as the elbow came flying around. So the free kick will go to North Hobart. It'll go to Kilpatrick. And the bright yellow boots, Drew.
Yeah, he certainly let his opponent know about that tackle, Kilpatrick, and he takes the free kick here. They've got the spare on the wing. If the kick has enough purchase to reach, that's a good mark. Strongly taken by Sandrick, the goal kicker. His side's most important player. That was a poor kick though. Turned it over. But he held up in the middle of the ground. Should be a ball up. But Jack Sandrick, always prolific, averaging 25.5 touches per game through the first 2 weeks, which makes him the top tier in the competition. And genuine stars of the TSL as is Jay Blackberry, who's been everywhere already. Got tackled on this occasion though. The Blues will try and work it forward. Slightly in the back on that occasion from Blackberry. Gets away with it though. And another ball up on centre wing, right in front of us. In this wonderful position we're in for this game, Chips.
Umpire on the wrong side there. I think poor old Isaac Matheson got caught a little high and probably should have been given a free kick. So ball up right at centre wing. Again, Blackberry just reading it off the palms of Leadham as it comes out somehow. Finds Pitcher who flies high. There's the big man in Miller. Can't quite get it away though. Out the back, here's a chance for Banks-Smith. He handballs up nicely, and the Demons look to get out of trouble here through Elphinston again. Handballs off to Don White, who runs up the half-back line for North Hobart. Nice strong mark taken there by Jackson. Jackson looks up. He's isolated down in the forward line. Here's his big man in McCulloch. As it goes in that direction, McCulloch worked it beautifully, just couldn't hold on to the mark. Goes back. Nice, tough stuff under the grab there by Angus Norton. And we'll see another ball up inside forward 50.
He just couldn't quite complete the mark there, McCulloch. He outpointed the defender perfectly, used his body so well, but just fumbled it at the last second. Did all the hard work, missed the easy part at the end, as this one's a bit of an up and under to the arc of 50. Comes down, the body's all flying at that one. And it's tough to extract themselves from this situation. Somehow they did though. Smith was the one who got the handball away, and the Demons now have the chance to chip inside 50. Jackson attacking from behind, couldn't quite take the mark. This one tumbling towards the boundary line, picked up there by Lifiber. And his work a little bit untidy, straight out on the full. He's a bit of live wire in attack. It's almost a Lifiber. Not his best work on that occasion.
How's his name too? Lifehaver. I love it.
Germanic roots, one would suspect, I think there, Chiefs.
The long kick out by the Launceston defence. Out it comes now. Riley's going to hop onto this one. Hot on his hammer, though, is Connor Smith. Can't quite get a hold of it, North Hobart. Just too much pressure from the Launceston Footy Club, and it's out of bounds. So we'll see a boundary thrown at half forward. A bit of back and forth here, Drewy, and I think Coach Clinton French should be pretty happy with how the pressure's been around the footy for North Hobart. Maybe just a little disappointed in their ability to clutch on to the Sharon and move the ball forward and possess the footy. Out it comes here for Palfreman. He just ducks around and does the old 1-2, gets it back, punches away nicely. Quick kick again there by Pitcher, who's had a lot of it. And we'll see another boundary throw in.
Just seems to be first to everything, Pitcher, at the moment. He's just at his ruckman's feet and just seems to be getting first use every time. He would have had 3 or 4 clearances already in this game. He's someone the Demons are going to have to put the clamps on, I think, as this one's cleverly knocked back there. And they'll go forward into the middle of the park. Ball in dispute, well defended by Wright. The Blues should be able to take it away. Turning with it now is Brown. Ran himself into trouble though. Just got the handball away, but he turned it over. Here come the Demons back the other way. Banks Smith couldn't make it count. This one chipped towards half forward. Williams across. Strong in the contest with Williams. He took 2 on, took the contact and got the handball moving. Didn't amount to much in the end though, because they had plenty of bodies parked there, did the Blues. And this one's worked for. The mark was dropped by Taylor. Good, strong tackle that one. They're laid. The pressure from both sides pretty frenetic throughout the opening 15 minutes here, Chief. Plenty of feeling in this one through 13 minutes.
Well, you certainly can't question the intent from both sides as they come out here on North Hobart Oval on Anzac Day. Ruck contest one down nicely. Out the back, here's a chance now for the Blues as they go forward through Smith. His kick is a big bender. It goes out of bounds on the full. So Tilbury will take the kick from full back as that one hits out of bounds on the full.
Maybe that pressure is just why we're seeing some of these skill errors inside 50. That pressure being put on as across the face of goal goes Keegan Ryan, chips into the back pocket, and they'll look to switch out through the opposite flank here. The kick, however, is turned straight over and charging back the other way come Launceston. Centering ball lands in between 6 bodies. Well attacked on that occasion though by Sandrick. They get it out now to Dominic White, and White just with the short little chip to big Nicholas Jackson. Jackson looks up. He's got plenty of bodies, but they're all backwards. Very little on down the line for him, so he waits for players to move as the scrap takes place off the ball. Now to the pack he goes. Well, that was cleverly knocked out the back. Caswell might be able to run onto this. Wouldn't quite sit for him though. Strong tackle now laid by Caswell. Getting a kick forward somehow was Colgrave. It tumbles inside forward 50 and they're up and attacking this one. Lachlan Rowlands now sends it inside 50. A chance for White from behind. Couldn't quite complete the mark. Strong defensive tackle laid there and a ball up inside 50. But look, the coach would have wanted a response from North Hobart after their last performance, and they're definitely getting that so far.
So ball up inside forward 50. Rucks go at it. No, just popping around. Out it comes to Norton, who's wrapped up in a big tackle, and it'll be another ball up in the same spot. I don't think, as I said, you can't question the intent of the North Hobart Footy Club right now, Drewy. They are attacking the footy as hard as you'd want them in a big game. Now, big tackle on Blackberry. Is laid by Banks Smith, and we'll see another ball up. No real separation here for North Hobart as they look to attack again. McCulloch in the ruck, got his handball out. Banks Smith fell over. Out it comes to Blackberry, who sends a little worm burner out towards his teammate there in Musica. Plays on, gets tackled, got his handball away quickly out towards his teammate in Taylor. Quick kick forward again there. Nicely done by Greenwagon. Out it comes here. Now they've got some space. There's a man down there by himself in Riley, and that was a great tackle laid down there by Kirkpatrick, and he played on quickly. Smith got tackled hard by Musica out of bounds.
Well done, Callum Kirkpatrick. He just saved the goal. They had a 3-on-1 inside 50. Every player was in one half of the ground, so when Launceston won that and started going forwards, they just broke out behind, got him behind the lines, and that would have been a goal if not for Kilpatrick. Fascinating stuff there, the way they all pushed up the ground. There's another ball up here. Back in their speed, not behind, and everyone just burst running forward, so that seems to be the approach from Launceston. Jackson just took it out of the ruck himself, slung it forward, but it's all Launceston back there. Casey Graham was parked back in space. That's a lovely kick too. Sends a laser out to Grant Holt. He keeps it moving to Blackberry. Blackberry inside 50. Goes looking for the big fella and just eluding him. Was looking for Cody Thorpe. And he's kicked Launceston's only goal of this contest. Not too far away from where this throw-in will take place.
16 minutes gone in the first term here on this Anzac Day clash between the North Hobart Demons and the Launceston Blues. It's round 4 of TSL footy. Streaming across the globe. Ruck contest, one down by Thorpe. He made his position known. Got to the front of the pack. Now they'll see a ball up. Maybe. No, it'll be a ball up. Umpire just circling there. You sometimes get the feeling, Drew, when the umpires just get around the backside that they're thinking, is this going to be holding the ball? So ruck contest again. Jackson out of the ruck. Got his kick away. It's coming straight back, though, because the mark's taken nicely by Morris. Morris from just in front of the George Miller stand. Looks up. Kicks long. Down towards Dylan Riley. Thorpe from the back. Banks Smith got his handball out the back towards Caswa Millhouse. The handball just missed the target again. Nicely picked up and driven forward by Palfreman. Thorpe's underneath it. Beg your pardon, it was actually Riley. And that kick around the corner, quickly done by Dowling. Out of bounds for a boundary throwing.
Yeah, just not quite able to bend that one back quite enough. Demons defence doing just enough to apply the pressure and just impact the kick a little bit. Launceston on the attack here. A bit of an arm wrestle so far in the opening quarter. Just a couple of goals so far. Launceston threatening again here, and the snap over the shoulder. Not bad at all from Groenwegen. He snapped it home. Launceston have their second of the day. They move on to 2-1-13. North Hobart 1 straight 6. And the pressure finally telling their tubes.
I think you're absolutely right, Drew. But what happened there, I felt for the majority of the last 10 minutes, North Hobart were winning. I felt like they were in charge of the footy. They were putting pressure around the ball. But that's what Lonnie can do to you. They can get the ball forward. They can make you pay like that. Groenwegen with his first goal of the game gets the distance, a 7-point margin in favour of Launceston here. North Hobart 1-6, trail Launceston 2-1-13, back in the middle. Down it comes to Jackson, who got tackled high. Umpire didn't see because he was on the wrong side. And we'll see another ball up the reset.
So much we go at it once more here in the middle of North Hobart. Jackson's been pretty impressive early on, but he was beaten on that occasion. That's a high tackle, surely no play allowed to continue. North Hobart won't complain. Jackson turns and screws a kick that'll tumble down towards the half-forward line. Tumbled straight through legs, though. Oh, got himself in all sorts of trouble. Surely holding the footy. A throw called. Great tackle applied there on that occasion by Jack Colgrave. He's got some room for his forwards to move into. Opted to go deep to the square instead. The big men will fly. They're able to do it somehow. Getting a kick away was life fibre. Couldn't quite get it on target once again, though. He's an excitement machine, I tell you, Tubes, as this one slung out a defensive 50 and a throw in. But just looking Colgrave, there was about 30 metres of green grass. He just needed to chip it to someone offering a lead, instead just put it on top of the pack.
And we know that North Hobart are a young footy side, so that'll come with the development as they stick together and grow as footballers. So boundary throwing on centre wing. Rucks will do work. Jackson worked to the front, tapped away nicely by the North Hobart player, went in hard there, was music up. Out the ball comes again through the middle of the ground. Quick kick forward by Dowling. Who's he got down there? No one but Hugh Williams. So Williams will take the kick from half-back. Short one's on. Finds a teammate there in Rowlands. The handball came through back to Williams. Now Williams kicks into space, but the only one down there is Miller for the opposition. So the kick to no one in particular, Drewy, isn't really working as Miller handballs on to a running man in Woolley. Woolley, the user of the footy, out the back, goes to centre wing. Nicely worked to the front of the pack there for Greenwagon. Can't quite get it. Kept it in nicely. Holt now at half back. Just sends it low and down towards a teammate there who had it at the start, Dowling. Can't quite get a hold of it. Scrappy stuff here in the middle. North Hobart somehow got a kick there, did Williams. Maybe a tackle a little too high. Umpire on the wrong side again. No, it wasn't high at all. Dylan Riley just tackling hard.
Yeah, just launching himself up there. It was interesting. I was wondering if he'd just stay inside forward 50 and keep a 2-on-1 advantage for Launceston. Hugh Williams just rolled off on him and drawn to that contest. So aggressive defending. But, he opted to go to the contest, and the free kick has been plucked here to the Demons. I'm not overly sure the Launceston coaching staff near us agree with that decision, but it's going to be the Demons launching it forward once more, but again, the best service going inside 50. Scrapping at that one was Blackberry. He's wrapped up in a strong tackle. The umpire will ball it up. Well, from goal.
Drewy, I feel like, again, North Hobart have had a fair bit of the play, but every single time they've kicked it to that half-back area, the half-back line of Launceston are really holding up strong as they move the ball out again. Out it comes here by Woolley. He finds a space into Taylor. Taylor runs on quickly. Short one's on here to Riley, but Williams pops out in front and does really well. Short one's on here to his ruckman. That's dangerous. Kicking to Jackson. Handball's off. Nicely done by a true ruckman. That one kick came from Ryan. Ryan's kick just over the top of Smith. And there's a big tackle on your man, Leafberger. Caught hold in the footy.
Jeez, that's a hot decision. That's a very hot decision. They'll take it and go. Musica will send them deep inside 50. Thorpe lurking, couldn't bring it down, won't matter. Running into an open goal is Dylan Riley, and he slots it home. Just taking the free kick quickly there before the Demons' defence could get set. Put on top of the big man's head in the square. He brought it down to his small forward, and his textbook from the Launceston side there.
Yeah, tough decision here on the wing by the umpire for North Hobart. I mean, we're not going to criticise the umpires, but North Hobart reacted as if it was going to be a boundary throwing. They weren't expecting Musica to just throw it deep inside forward 50. Again, Dylan Riley so clever behind the play, read the ball beautifully, ran into an open goal. Extends that lead out to 13 points.
Yeah, some lovely forward craft from him there, and pretty red-hot decision against Live-Fibre. He was certainly surprised to be pinged, but play the whistle, as they say, and Launceston do just that, and they skip out the biggest lead of the game. They lead by 13 points. North Hobart would probably be pretty happy with their quarter, and they're definitely half the contest at least, but they find themselves a couple of goals down. That's just what seems to happen when you play this Launceston side. So strong in defence, and they take their chances at the other end. As once again, it's Blackberry launching them forward. You're going to get leather poisoning by the end of the day. Quick handball off to Holt. He chips it for Thorpe, and Thorpe, I think he went to tie a tap into his teammate instead of marking it initially.
Hurt his fingers there.
And yeah, he's done something to his hand, so it's going to be a holding the ball free kick in the end. Holt in a bit of trouble there. Thorpe off the ball. And he's still down and not looking in a good way at all there. So we'll keep an eye on that as the Demons through Norton will try and repel outside defensive 50. The searching kick once again is intercepted. It's well marked by Paul Freeman. In the middle he is, and he'll turn. A little chip kick. Found Grant Holt. Holt. Handball across. Found Woolley. Woolley with time and space to assess his options, and then goes long to the square and fisted through by Keegan Ryan. Just seemed to have an eternity to assess his options there.
Well, I called him Brad Tilbury early because he was in my program as number 44. So, number 40. But anyway, Williams brings the ball out long and deep. Jackson flew in front of the pack and took a nice strong mark. He's got a man on short, decides against that and goes to Kilpatrick like a good ruckman. Just got the hands off to Colgrave. Colgrave handballs off again. Just a smother there, just trying too hard as Colgrave goes around the corner. Rolling ball inside forward 50. Dangerous stuff here. Nicely picked up by House. House gets tackled hard, and it's a brilliant tackle by your man out there, Leaf Hebber. And he'll get a free kick, and it's 52.
A bit of a response to that, but seemed a pretty straightforward decision to make. He looked to take the tackler on, and Life-Fibre wrapped him up, and he kicks North Hobart's second of the day from the line, and it's still going on. There is plenty of feeling out here this afternoon. I get the sense these two teams don't much like each other, and it's boiling over into little spot fires off the ball all over the place.
Yeah, there might have been another free kick here going, Drewy.
Oh dear. Coach going to blow up in a second.
We can hear the coaches going berserk here.
Well, there's the cardinal sin. You've given a free kick, you've given a 50 for a certain goal, you then compound that by giving him another. Life-Fibre from 15 out can cut the gap to 2 points in the blink of an eye. Some ill discipline could could cost Launceston. Can Lifehaver make them pay? He can. He has 2. North Hobart have 3 straight. They've cut the gap to 2 points, and in the shadows of quarter time, that is going to change the coach's address very shortly.
Certainly will, I reckon. And I tell you what, Drewy, we heard the coaches, we're either side of the coaches. We can't hear much through the double glazed glass, but I'll tell you what, we heard every word of that through the headphones, through the glass, through everything. And Jamison House has had to come off and have a spell, according to the coach of the Launceston Footy Club. And I tell you what, Lifehaver, he's one of my quickly becoming one of my favourite players in the TSL.
Plenty of room on the Lifehaver train. You're welcome to join.
There we go, back in the middle. Rucks go at it. Where's Blackberry? He's off for a spell, is he? Powerfulman got the handball out. Nicely done. Out to another teammate who looks exactly like him in Smith, and out comes Williams through Musica's hands. It was a throw. No, umpire said no, play on. Sandrick gets it forward, inside forward 50 again. Is that a hold? Potentially. Out it comes in. Nicely worked there by Big McCulloch. Off to a running teammate in Colgrave, who goes back towards goals. Beautiful stuff from the North Hobart Demons. They've got another one on the board and they take the lead.
And that is how a slightly high tackle can suddenly lead to 3 quick goals. Boy, it's all rather fallen apart for this Launceston defence in the last couple of minutes. North Hobart in front. Well, the balance of play for the whole quarter, not an unfair result, but 5 minutes ago, you certainly wouldn't have seen it coming. And they hit the scoreboard again, 4 goals straight, 27 minutes of tick by in the first quarter. We wanted a response from North Hobart this week, and it's been a great start to this game. We know Launceston are going to keep fighting for the next 3 quarters. It's going to be a tough match to get anything out of, but gee, they're giving you a good fist of it early. Putting up a tremendous fight, the underdogs here. And they have the lead by 4 points. As the Rucks will go at it once again, this time pretty decisively won, but the umpire's going to recall it. So we'll lead them. Some nice ruck work beating Jackson. He'll have to go again. Wins it again, but this time goes to Sandrick, who's immediately wrapped up and he's not going anywhere. It's Angus Norton trying to rip a Launceston player off, and then he sucked him in. Angus Norton has sucked him right in and won a free kick from the retaliation. Oh dear, it's the second mouse that gets the cheese type areas there, as this one's slung deep inside 50. Again, intercepted. I reckon Launceston could use quarter time here.
I'll tell you what, that kick there is such a nothing kick, Drewy, into no one, into space, because Launceston are so good at reading the play. You've just got to try and find a target and just use the footy a bit slower. I'm sure that'll be the directive from Coach Clinton French at quarter time. Nice chopped off there by that man in Matheson. Matheson gets called to play on. He sends a short one. Finds a teammate going back with a flight there. Just took his eyes off the ball did Billy Griggs. Out it comes for Caswell. Off to Lifeburger. Out now. I'm calling him the Burger. It's definitely not his name. Out for Billy Griggs again, who gets tackled. And the umpire will ball it up.
If you want to get on the Lifehaver train, I don't actually know if that's how you say it, but if you want to get on the train, you know, let's not call him the Burger. As the quarter time siren rings out at North Hobart Oval and Shoof scurries off for his ground announcing duties. It's been a cracking contest thus far. The hosts 4 straight, leading Launceston 3-2-20, a 4-point lead. There were a couple of goals in arrears and then some ill discipline towards the end of the quarter. A free kick led to a 50-metre and then a goal, and then the ball was bounced another one by Fibre at the double, and then adding one more before the break. It's the hosts who've come out with a tremendous response after their last outing against North Launceston ended with a triple-figure thumping. Given that this Launceston side beat that North Launceston side by 50 points, it seemed the visitors were very heavy favourites coming into this one. That's not been the case through the first quarter, though. Terrific battle this anyone's game. We'll be back in a few minutes' time with the second quarter. Do stick around. Hobart leading Launceston by 4 points at the first break. A nice little run late in the first quarter saw them overturn a 13-point deficit. We'll see how the defending premiers respond, but a pretty good effort from the host thus far. Tubes Taylor, what are you expecting out of this second set?
Well, more of the same from North Hobart if I'm Coach Clinton French, and I'm expecting if I'm Coach Thorpe from Launceston, I'm expecting a little bit more discipline. Simple as that. So, about to get started. A little push and shove here. I like this from Kilpatrick, trying to get in the ears of his opposition player. Nice work by Musica to ride the double tackle there. Jackson off the ground, just gets the ball forward. Quickly work. Nice work again there by the Launceston player. Out it comes to Smith. Smith kicks affected by the smother. Kilpatrick runs onto this one, tries to fend off, doesn't get caught holding the footy. Dom White up to Jackson. Nice tackle laid by Leadham. And the umpire will ball it up.
The big ruck bringing down his opponent there, and they'll now duel in the ruck contest. See if either side can get a decisive clearance away. It's Jackson who wins this one down, but the ball in dispute. Handball, pretty good one, and they'll tumble it inside 50. Almost picked off there by Brown. Couldn't quite complete the transaction. White charging through. He just left it behind. Brown picks it back up. He's immediately besieged. A double tackle away there, and a holding the ball decision too. Well, I guess the umpires decided he made no effort to get rid of it. Not really sure he could have, because there wasn't a whole lot of prior opportunity to my eye. But I suppose at least they're being consistent as the Demons deep inside 50 here. The big men fly. Jackson somehow grabs at the pack. The umpire's not paid the mark though. Well, there'll be a ball up. Well, it somehow landed in his lap in the pack, but he's not been paid the mark.
All his Christmases he thought had come at once there, Drew, and just landed in the breadbasket.
Jackson resuming his battle with Leadham, who just jumps on him. The two big men going at each other here, and not just in the ruck contest, but laying the tackles on each other, Tubes.
Nice little cuddle there, Drew. Leadham and Jackson do battle again. Leadham taps it straight down the throat of Caswell. Caswell goes bang, and he's got his first and extends that lead for North Hobart. 5 straight they've kicked, Drewy. And what a piece of work there from Caswell, just to read the tap of Leadham.
Yeah, it was super stuff. We saw in the first quarter Blackberry at his ruckman's feet getting a lot of clean access to the ball. Well, Caswell just hit that one at speed. Lovely finish and great work from Jackson in the ruck contest. And look, the ruck battle. I've been known to diminish the value of rucks down the journey, Chiefs, but this has been a fascinating battle, and they're certainly exerting plenty of influence on this contest at the moment. 5 straight, Drewy, too. 10-point lead in favour of the Demons. They said they'd need to take their chances if they were going to cause the upset. Well, they're doing it thus far, and they've got a handy lead of 10 points. Considering they kicked a grand total of 11 points last time they were out on the field, this has been a fair response and certainly a better reflection of the talent of this bunch. As this one's tumbled forward to Holt, who's wrapped up by White. Williams coming through, just picks it up and slams it on the boot. Sent it forward. Unable to take the mark there was Colgrave. Defender from behind. Can Lifefiber gather this in time? Not quite. And they throw in Will and Shoot. But North Hobart, in general play, probably had the better of this contest as well. They're taking their chances. It's been a fair response, and Launceston being really pushed here for the first time this season. How are they going to respond to that, the Premiers? We know they'll keep at it. They're a relentless outfit. Music was on the bottom of this pack. It somehow spilt out to Jackson, who got a kick forward, looking for Lifeharbour. It was well defended by Alec Wright. He bent one back, somehow kept it in play. Charging through was Musica, couldn't make it work. The Demons' pressure is relentless here, and they win the ball back. But again, their use once they win it back, just undoing the good work. Launceston now should be able to charge and go forward. That one couldn't quite be picked up by Blackberry. He does get it in the end, but then he's wrapped up. It's hot in the kitchen right now. The Demons, with quick hands in the traffic, do really well. Now a chance to send it inside 50. A one-on-one there. It was really well read, though. James Dowling defended the contest superbly. Can't say the same about his kick, though. Here come the Demons again. Williams has got options here. He pumps it deep to the square, flying at the ball and almost bringing down the mark. Not quite, but he's been paid the free kick. And a big opportunity for a 16-point advantage here for the Demons. Just in a little bit of trouble here, and a big moment in this game for Jack Colgrave.
I'll tell you what, Colgrave had space out on the far side, and Williams' kick, because Williams is a right footer, just couldn't get it that way. Didn't have a left foot, but I'll tell you what, to get to the contest there from Colgrave was wonderful. In he comes. Right behind it for Tubes Taylor and Andrew Drew, and I tell you what, it goes straight through the middle. Drewy.
6 straight? They can't miss? Maybe their pre-game was watching the Adelaide Crows Hawthorn game. I think they kicked 14 straight or something to start the afternoon. They've drawn inspiration from them.
Oh, they certainly did, Drew. And I tell you what, North Hobart, they are on. And I tell you what they did that time. They had the ball in the centre of the ground and they slowed it down. They looked up to see what they had in their forward line before they kicked it. The first time it was going through the middle was Kirkpatrick that sent it in forward. He just slowed it down. He just held the ball a little bit longer.
Some really clever hands in heavy traffic in the lead-up as well. It's good composure all around from the Demons there.
Back in the middle, ruck contest, one down. Out it comes for Powerman. Got his handball off to a running teammate in Woolley. Woolley goes long, and this time it's the first time inside forward 50 for this quarter for the Launceston Footy Club. Out the back, nice pick up around the corner for the debutants. Brilliant stuff by McKercher. Gets his first goal and the immediate response for Launceston.
And you love to see that. Every single player on the field running to mob him. Talking about the fullback, he's run the length of the field to get down there and get around the young man. You love to see that. That's great. That's a good football culture. That's a group you want to be a part of. And McKercher gets his first goal, and a badly needed one too for Launceston.
Might have been his first kick, Drewy, was it?
I think it
might have been his first kick. So brilliant stuff by Colby McKercher on debut. Just pegs one back for the visitors.
And they definitely needed it as they cut the margin to 10 points. It was decisive out of the middle. They got it forward quickly and the ball hit the deck. McKercher got to work. So again in the middle they meet. Groningen this time was in the ruck for Launceston. So the umpire will send it back up once more. It's been an important centre clearance battle today. Scoring has tended to follow who's been winning the clearances. As Sandra trying to bustle through. He got the handball out. It was a good one for Rowlands. Just puts it out in space. And now it'll be swept up by Blackberry. He gets on the left and swings it inside forward 50. Should favour the defender this one, and did. It was nicely dealt with. But the danger not passed yet. It was sent back inside 50 by Holt. Trying to make something work is Tulhill. Couldn't quite cleanly grasp the football. The Demons under the pump here, but some good tackling. And another ball up inside 50. The heat and the pressure has maintained here in the second quarter. It's a terrific contest, Jubes.
Oh, it's a brilliant contest, Drewy, as we see a ball up here. Maybe a little bit. Free kick. Undisciplined stuff there. Goes to Sandrick. His kick out wide. Can't quite find his teammate in Colgrave. Over his head. Overcooked it. Dowling now. Spinning around on that left boot. Sends it down towards Greenwagon. Sandrick interfered with him. And it'll be a free kick going to the big ruckman. So, Joe Greenwagon has it just outside the arc, sends it short to Dowling. Maybe a little too far out to score for him. He'll kick from about 52. Blackberry trying to get on the end of a handball here. But Dowling says points to the goals. He'll have a shot. Runs around, gives himself some space, kicks from about 51. It's a helicopter. Smith can't get it away. Riley got his handball back in. This time maybe for Dowling. Tackled hard, got his handball away. Out towards Palfreman. Does the fend off and then just pops up another helicopter. So the ball might need a bit of air in it. Fist came from the man going back to the flight of the footy. And the umpire's pulled out a free kick. It'll go the way of the Demons. So a free kick taken here by Millhouse.
So Millhouse will look to relieve the pressure as he sends it long. It's Jackson competing well. White with an important hand on that. And unfortunately there for Jack McCulloch, he just missed his boot with the ball drop. And the Launceston players letting know all about that as Caswell came in to fly the flag in support of his teammate. There is so much argy-bargy off the ball here today. Plenty of feeling in this contest. Tumbled back into play. Ball hits the deck. It's picked up by Paul Freeman. He's immediately wrapped up. Somehow conjured a kick. And the big ruckman Groenwegen did likewise. Slightly high perhaps on Holt. Play allowed to continue. There's a real ferocity about the attack on the man and the ball right now. It's hot in the kitchen and Holt extracts the ball from it. White now picks it up. No one can get a clean possession here. You get the ball and you besiege. Lifehaver trying to make it work. Launceston now, the kick to the top of the square. Thorpe was there. Couldn't quite get it. Thumped away from him. Riley lurking too. White comes in a strong tackle once more laid. There'll be a ball up. Great defensive resilience there.
Tell you what, Drewy, Hugh Williams is one of the great defenders of the TSL. Dylan Riley has kicked a goal. He hasn't had a lot of it, has he?
No, I think Williams has done a really good job, and he's not been afraid to run off him too. He's playing quite wide of him at times, which is a bold approach on such a good player, but it's working for him. As snapping this one up and snapping it just wide of the post was Musica. That would have been a wonderful goal. It's been so hard to get clean ball from the contest. He found some space there, but just couldn't bend the banana back enough.
First score of the quarter for Launceston, and it'll be Kilpatrick to take the kick. Runs in, gives himself an extra couple of metres. Big fly from Grimwagon, roving it nicely at the bottom, was trying hard, it was Matheson. And the umpire will ball it up as Logan Elphinston can't get his hands free. So ball up at half back for Launceston. Half forward for Launceston. Someone's mouth guard's flown out. Out the back, music at Blackberry. Blackberry got tackled hard. Now out the back, here's a chance as the Demons just get it on the boot. Musica can't quite pick it up. Nicely ridden the bump there was Riley Higgins, and the umpire's called him holding the footy. Be a free kick in the way of the Blues. So Palfreman plays on quickly. Williams will ride underneath this one. Oh, bounced off his chest. Thorpe came in hard, picked it up nicely, then just let it go. A little bit of Elsa there from Frozen, and we'll see a ball up.
Not bad, Chiefs, not bad at all. As another ball up inside forward 50 here from Launceston. They're pushing hard. The Demons absorbing the pressure for the time being. As Williams, I thought, was held off the ball there. The free kick will go the way of the Demons eventually. And we'll go to Williams. Just impeded, and he chips this one out to the back pocket. And a clean exit outside defensive 50 for the first time in a while here to Elphinston. Now he looks up and you see a lot of options ahead of him. long down the line seems the most likely option. That's just where he heads. It's a good defensive mark taken back there. And now Launceston will look to find something forward. Nothing much doing, so he himself just launches it back down the line. No one can take a clean mark. Whack straight into the middle of the park. That worked out very nicely indeed. The Demons will go forward. It was a bit of an ugly kick though under pressure. Some good defensive work there from Morris. He's on top of it. The umpire's circling and then trying somehow extracted that football. Did Musica. I have no idea how. Holt gets a handball. That was intercepted though. Matthewson was there for the Demons. Now inside 50 go the Blues, looking towards Thorpe. Leading out in defence though was Young, and he sees it across the line. How about the rampaging Bull Musica in midfield there?
Well, I'll tell you what, I watched that through the binoculars, and the look on his face was one of pure, just tenacity is what I'm looking to. I'm trying to spit my words out. Anyway, we've got a boundary throwing inside.
3 men on him.
I know, he was strong, and he was bullocking. Out it comes Sandrick trying hard. Can't quite get the footy away, though. Again, big tackle here, umpire circling, and he'll just take it and for another ball up. It's been a ferocious game of footy so far, Drewy. North Hobart 6-36, lead Launceston 4-3-27. A 9-point margin in favour of the home side. Out the back, here comes Pitcher. He got his handball away towards Musica. Williams through the Holt tackle. Nice quick kick again there by Launceston. There's a big fly, comes from Thorpe. Can't quite pull the footy down though. Down at the bottom of the pack was Taylor. The ball just pops out the back. Riley again got a hold of it and tries to bust through a couple of Demon tacklers. Won't get anywhere, and we'll see a ball up.
Well, we've reached 13-minute mark of this second quarter. The bulk of the quarter has been spent down this end. It's been dominated by Launceston time in forward half. Can they make something count? Roving it spectacularly. And missing on the fly was Paul Freeman. Just couldn't quite bend it back enough. So the gap cut to 8 points. It's been a really resolute effort in defence this from the Demons. They've been under increasing pressure in this second term, but they've absorbed. Can they do some damage back the other way? Keegan Ryan has a dash out of defence. Can he get it out the back here? No, he can't. That Launceston defence clamped up. House won an important ball there. Paul Freeman says he wasn't getting there and just got a little nudge, but kept it subtle enough to get away with it. And there'll be a throw in at half forward. And knocking on the door tubes. Can they smash their way through here?
Not sure as the ball comes in again off the boundary. Blackberry, quick. Has a short one on. It's Greenwagon. He turns around. Plenty of space for Thorpe, so he pops it up into the spot. Nicely defended. Williams with a fist. They've called a play on that. Williams will get the free kick. Maybe for a bit too high. It won't be Williams at all. It'll be Brad Young to take the kick. He'll go to Williams. Not 15, said the umpire. Short one's on. Oh, heard footsteps there. Did Millhouse. Nicely picked up by Holt. Oh, strength there from Smith. As that one goes out of bounds for a boundary throw. And how about the hit there on Smith?
The physicality is off the charts in this game right now, Tubes.
And I'll tell you what, we know that North Hobart are a young side. They're not taking a backward step.
No.
I love it. Maybe Clint French and Adam Best are two of the toughest footballers I've ever known. Have had an influence on this young group. Williams gets the kick from half back. The other kick out towards Don White. This needs to sit for him. It does. He's got time and space. He goes up, but chopping it off easy as they like is Alex Wright.
Alec Wright has done well. And the last couple of times the Demons have gone forward, they've just run into that blue wall. They're pushing up, they're playing in front of their forwards, and they're doing well, the Blues defence. And it might lead to a chance here. They've transitioned it beautifully all the way inside 50. And a chance from the pocket coming up here.
What happened there, Drewy, is that the whole North Hobart defence then got dragged to the same side of the football, and it was just a quick transition across North Hobart Oval by, you say, that blue wall of their half-back line, and they all ran forward, and then there was so much space on the other side because the North Hobart D's players got too far across towards us here in the commentary position.
Beautifully summed up. Can it lead to a goal here? The margin currently 8 points. This would cut the margin to 2. It's drifting across the face and just a minor score. So 7 points to the difference. The accuracy of the Demons keeping them ahead in this game. Launceston have ground their way on top. They're dominating the contest. They're not closing the gap too much. Can they make them pay the Demons? Angus Norton got it moving quickly, a bit too quickly. Put Keegan Ryan in all sorts of trouble. Will the Blues make them pay? No, the Demons have won the ball back. Ball in dispute. Tumbled off the ground. Socket straight to lead him. The big ruckman looks up. Hesitates for a moment and then just stops to chip a clever little ball to Alec Wright, who's pushed up here. Alec Wright, patient ball movement this from the Blues. He's got Paul Freeman slightly further afield. That's where he heads. He turns and goes quickly. It's Paul Freeman from the arc of 50. Sets sail for home, and he was a metre short. And the gap now an even 6 points. And the siege continues, but the Demons continue to hold sway. Tubes.
Short one's on here to Jackson, off to Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick with a short one, finds his teammate McCulloch. McCulloch quickly handballs off to a running Norton. Norton goes long, looking for a teammate in Culgrave. Can't quite. Umpires calling play on. Out the back, here's a chance now for the Blues to repel. They go out wide, finding the big man Smith. Smith, who looks like he's been not at the beach for the last couple of weeks, with a very white skin, kicks long and deep, looking for Riley, who flies. Up he goes, can't quite get the mark. Bouncing ball out the back for Kilpatrick. Kilpatrick looks up, has nothing to kick to. Riley tries to get a tackle off to Williams. Williams clears momentarily out towards Lifehammer. The handball, though, comes back nicely to Tuttle. And the short one's on here, and Brown will take it at centre wing.
They can't get the ball past their half-forward line, the Demons. And now here comes Launceston. It's Smith. He sets sail from home, and he's also off target. At the purchase, it was a good-looking ball, but the accuracy not there. They move along to 4-7, or is it 4-8 after that one? I'm not sure if the scoreboard had been updated or not. But
4-7.
4-7-31. Just leaving a few out here in the second quarter, Launceston. 5 points still the gap, and a fly and a super mark taken by Hamish Leedham. What a tremendous leap. Oh, the sun directly in the eyes there of Tuttle. He lost complete sight of the ball. It hit him in the chest. Now it's Ford, and Blackberry gives hands off. Here's the big fella Groenwegen. He tumbles it. They're lining up here. Surely a goal going to be kicked. The snap, tumbling home, and finally the damn wall burst. It had been coming, and it's that man, Brodie Paul Freeman, who gets the goal, and he puts Launceston a point to the good. Well, it had to come eventually. The sheer weight of inside 50s was bound to tell. 5-7-37. Now Launceston leading North Hobart 6 straight 6. But it's been all one-way traffic this quarter. And North Hobart doing well to keep within a point. Of course, it's been an onslaught. And right now, they just need someone who can take a mark on the wing or take a mark at half forward, because right now, every contest is being won by the Launceston defenders and the ball's just flying back inside 50.
Well, how about that mark on centre wing? Out Leedham now with a bit of space. Handballs over the top to a running man in Brown. Brown's kick goes deep down towards Riley. Riley works to the front position. Williams hot on his hammer, though. Nice little contest here out the back now. Chance for Banks Smith. He's clearing kick. Could be coming straight back. Blackberry does a little bit of moonwalking. Short one's on. Nice kick. Finds Pitcher. Pitcher wheels around onto that right boot. Sends it long towards Thorpe and Co. Down the back. They just need to rush it over. Riley! No. It's a free kick against. Not sure what happened there. But the free kick will go to Ryan from full-back. Ryan plays on quickly. Short one out. Finds Williams. Not sure whether I've called his name quite a lot or the other one. I know that I've called Williams out quite a lot, though. Working it over the line there for a boundary throwing.
I mean, just the fact that they're both Hugh Williams, I mean, the only differentiation's the middle initial, but I think Hugh M. Williams has been doing a pretty good job on Dylan Riley, and probably Hugh N.J. Williams there distributing the ball. Probably had a few more possessions and has been a bit more offensively minded, I think, out of the defence. But both having very good games because there's a lot of ball coming in there right now, and it's going to come forward again through Musica. Thought was lurking. He lays the tackle now, and a strong one. You're not getting out of that. The ball did, though. It tumbled free. And now Launceston might be able to make something happen. That was some classy moving there. The kick, not quite as skillful, though, from Pitcher. And now charging it out of defence is Banks Smith. He launches long. They need to win a contest here, the Demons. They just cannot win the ball at half forward. And again, a fumble might let them in. Putting some pressure on. But again, they're just going to waltz it out. They turned back into all sorts of trouble and got caught holding the ball. Far too casual there, Zach Morris.
Yeah, Billy Griggs as well, just to continue the pressure. But the final tackle from Matheson was great. So he's got the footy at half forward now. Looks to send it long. Big high one. It's just going to drop short. Hopping under the footy there was Dowling. Fist came Fury, lead him with a short one on. It's just a little bit too much cooked there for Powerfulman. Banks Smith got a hold of the footy. It wasn't Powerfulman at all. It was Smith. Smith now finds a teammate. Running on is Colby McKercher. He's got pace to burn. Handballs over the top to Thorpe. Kept going, did he? The young fella. Now a short one. Out towards Riley. Coming over through the top, though, was Ryan. Ball out the back. Williams. Back to Ryan, and he should clear from here. Oh, the bounce is no good. They just need to clear the footy, and they do. Well done, Hugh Williams, just to force one over the line.
A little bit messy there. Got a little more difficult than it needed to be for the Demons as this one's chipped out, and Jackson marks. It's a little bit of a push afterwards, and no 50 forthcoming. Jack Smith is putting him to the deck. 23 and a half minutes have ticked by in the second quarter. It's Launceston by 2 points. I feel like the Demons need something here just to stop the one-way traffic that's starting to develop. They've worked it to half forward. There'll be another ball in here. And they manufacture something from the stoppage there. Being beaten at the coalface right now as you see the numbers flood back in defence now. Jackson just out-pointed a little there by Leadham. Handball to Sandrick. The umpire, I think, is judged maybe a throw. It's going to be a free kick going to Launceston. Coach imploring some spread forward as Blackberry launches them inside 50 with a searching kick, and it might fall for Grant Holt. Can he bring it under his spell? His quick handball off. Surely going to lead to a goal here. Yep, missed it, Ryan, and it's Brendan Taylor who runs into an open goal and puts through an easy one. As Ryan, I think, just needed to go for the tackle there, tried the bump instead. And Launceston skip away to an 8-point lead.
Well, it's certainly a different game of footy as far as I'm concerned for North Hobart. Their pressure has dropped off a little bit in the last 15 minutes, I reckon, Drewy. And that's not a criticism, it's just a observation. I think that Launceston have continued pressuring around the footy, and you can see their half-back line is just building that wall, and that's what's caused this change in lead. North Hobart 6 goals straight to Launceston 6, 8:44, and the 8 points is the margin here at the 25-minute mark of the second term. Ball up. Umpires pulled out a free kick here. Which way is it going? It's going to Hobart for encroaching on the centre square. So it'll be the ruckman, Elphinston, to take the kick. Looks up and just pops it up long. And this has been the problem. The kicks have been falling short. And reading it beautifully, the Launceston defenders have just been able to gobble this one up. This time it's Zach Morris. So Morris's kick goes out wide. Flying high, Greenwagon can't quite take it. Kilpatrick at the bottom of the pack for North Hobart will take the footy, and we'll see a ball up right on centre wing. And I'll tell you what, Kilpatrick doesn't take a step backwards in coming forwards, does he?
He's certainly not shy about getting in there with the physicality. As we tick towards half-time here. I'll tell you what, I'm forward to seeing the Premier Data stats midweek. Wouldn't mind having him right now, because I reckon Launceston, a few of their players, just padding intercept marks right now. They are chopping off absolutely everything that North Hobart are conjuring when they do go forward. As this one is Holt attacking the ball. He grabs it, take clean possession of it though. fumbling around at ground level. The handball from Millhouse, but it's going to come inside forward 50 once more. Should be easily intercepted though. Banks-Smith on his own back there, and he quickly turns and bounces off half back. Or just sat it on White's head a little bit though. Invited Tuthill in. He takes it. Handball back to Morris. Under pressure. Did well to get it across to Woolley. Now the hands from Musica. The big man lead him. Just a little fumble there though, and the Demons should be able to jump on it. It won't matter though, because the halftime siren has sounded out here, bringing an end to a cracking first half here in the Anzac Day game. North Hobart, the big underdogs, have come in. They've put up a tremendous effort, but you sense the longer the contest has worn on, the stronger Launceston seem to be getting. They lead by 8 points here at the break. It could well be more. They had all the play in that second quarter. Dominated the inside 50s count. And look, the pure effort and heart being shown by North Hobart the first quarter. Just not quite enough if they're going to dispose of the ball the way they did going forwards in that second quarter. Just couldn't quite win a contest at half forward, which led to a steady stream of ball inside defensive 50. Launceston took a while to take their chances. Eventually, it started to tell, and they lead 6-8 to 6 straight by 8 points at half-time in this Anzac Day game. I'll be back with Tubes in around about 15 minutes' time for the second half here. We'll see if the game continues to drift towards Launceston, where the hosts can dig back in and keep it close. We'll be back shortly. Kicks back to Longley Smith. Well, I'm going to presume the mic's on. So, welcome back to North Hobart for the second half of this round 4 TSL clash between North Hobart and Launceston. It's Launceston holding sway by 8 points. Those are 8 straight points. They lead 6-8 to 6 straights. Felt they were really getting on top as the second quarter wore on. Will we see more of that in the third, or will things change? It remains to be seen, but a pretty entertaining battle so far, and he's hoping for another couple of quarters like the first two we've seen served up. So in the middle it goes. I think the ruckman wins a decisive hit out. Able to get the clearance either. It's eventually picked up by McCulloch and sent deep inside 50. Well, it took a crazy old bounce too, and Jackson appealing for a free kick. None forthcoming. And the first minor score of the day for the Demons, Tubestaler.
Well, interesting one, isn't it? Considering they haven't scored a point for a half a footy, and the first one they get was rushed. Out it comes for Launceston. That one's just overcooked, and it's marked by Millhouse. Millhouse has got a short option on, decides to just bang it long inside forward 50. Big fly at the back. Jackson kept his feet. Down at the bottom of the pack, Caswell can't get a hold of the footy and is wrapped up in a tackle. And the umpire will ball it out. About 20 metres out of the North Hobart goal. I think the coaches at North Hobart would be relatively happy with the intent of the North Hobart footy players. At the back, Caswell can't quite. Nice handball up. Dom White ran into a brick wall. Picked up there by Holt, and it goes out of bounds.
I'm impressed by Matthewson's tackling today.
Yeah, he's tenacious, isn't he? He attacks hard. Like a little attack dog. Not the biggest man out there, that's for sure, but he's having a crack. It's a real furious game of footy. Caswell can't quite get it because the man at the bottom of the pack is Tuttle. The umpire will ball it up again. So little arm wrestle happening here in the early stages of the third term. It's a 7-point margin in favour of the Lonnie Footy Club. Holt can't quite. Out it comes. Nice kick forward there by House. Music up like a bull. Diving on it, Sandrick. Umpire's going to ball it up.
Sandrick immediately wrapped up, but carefully just jump on the ball like that. Just leave you vulnerable to being pinged, and a couple of red-hot holding the ball decisions were called in the first half, as that's a nice piece of ruck work there from Leadham. The kick goes forward, in dispute, trying to control it. There's Banks Smith. He came through on the ball, but then he gets wrapped up in a strong tackle. The ball launched inside 50. They need a Marcus. It's going to bounce out behind where the numbers favour Launceston. Well, they eventually work it through, and they're going to get the goal from the goal line. It's that man, Dylan Riley. He won't kick many easier than that. He's second of the day, and they're both going from pretty close range.
Well, that was just a lack of talk from the two Hugh Williamses. They both flew at the footy, and they could have goaled it. It was a raffle, and neither of them spoke to each other about who was actually going to go for the footy, so they both went for it and got in the way of each other. And the ball rolled out the back, and luckily for Dylan Riley, who almost got caught with a footy, Jake Smith was there and managed to gather it and just push it forward.
Yeah, really lack of communication there, as you say, Tubes. And they had to mark the ball because that went so high in the air, it was always going to take a pretty difficult bounce, and the two Launceston players were parked out behind.
Jack McCulloch in the ruck, Leadham wins it down through the fingertips there of Sandrick. Diving on the footy there is Palfreyman. Out it comes for Pitcher, who after the first quarter, we haven't called his name overly much. Taylor with a quick kick forward. Riley, brilliant defensive work again. Thorpe through hard. Picked up by Banks Smith, tackled hard by Riley, and we'll see a ball up. You just feel, Drewy, like this game is about to blow open in favour of the Lonnie Footy Club. They are just looking extremely good around the footy. Maybe they just needed a half-time break. Out the back, here's Brown. Got his handball up, Riley. In towards Pitcher, who just kicks one around the corner. Thorpe with strength in the contest. Nice pick up there by Holt, and goes across the face of goal from behind.
Oh, Grant Holt probably should have buried that one. Just the minor score, but yeah, I agree, Tubes. They're turning the screws here, Launceston. They did it in the second quarter and ground their way on top, and they've come flying out in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter, monopolising the ball, moving it with a bit more speed, and North Hobart just hanging on, but going to need to be a little bit better out of the midfield. So the defence is going to be overwhelmed. That's a really good intercept mark taken there by TSL. He'll turn and spots up a man, and he chips in that direction. It's once again that man, Dylan Riley. He'll go back. It'll be straightforward shot for goal number 3. Really good composure there, hitting his target.
I get a bit frustrated, Drewy, because North Hobart is a very small oval. Hugh Williams can run the ball out from full back and launch it to at least the centre. That kick just went to nowhere in particular, and it was too easy for Launceston just to bounce back.
So Riley for goal number 3 of the afternoon. It was never in doubt. He strokes it through, and in the blink of an eye, Launceston have skipped out to a 20-point lead. They're really starting to get on top of this contest now, and perhaps this is where the big challenge lies for North Hobart. Really impressive out of the blocks in the first quarter, stuck with them. How long can they keep it up for? Well, we've seen the game started to swing one way. It's going to take something pretty drastic to stop this getting a little ugly on the scoreline, I feel.
Well, they're a powerhouse footy club, the Lonnie Footy Club, and they've come down the Midland Highway, probably stopped there at Campbelltown and had a quick toilet stop, and they've maybe just been a little lacklustre in the first half, and now they're ready to just put the foot down. Ruck contest again, Blackberry with space, swings around on the left and sends it long towards Thorpe. Big fist from Williams out the back, Groundwagon around the corner, quick kick, Riley at the top of the square, and it goes through for a rush behind.
Ball is just flying inside 50 at a pretty alarming rate if you're a Demons fan, as this one is unable to be marked there by Banks Smith, and it's going to come right back inside 50. They won't pay any price on this occasion now, because it's a pretty aimless kick straight to Hugh Williams, who has a booming boot. He opts just to massage that one, looking for the lead of Caswell. It was belted away from him for the throw in. And we saw them in the second quarter have a real trouble getting beyond the wing and half forward with their kind of rebound 50s. And already falling into a familiar pattern in this third quarter. They are just under siege at the moment, this defensive unit of North Hobart. They need to start winning some more of the ball, but this man has just done what he wanted all day. And he'll play the 1-2 and set sail from 45. It's the lovely kick and goal from Jay Blackberry. He has been superb today, and he gets a goal for his efforts. They're flying away now, Launceston. They lead by 27 points.
Well, that's too easy for Jay Blackberry to get the old 1-2. He's had it on a string through the middle of the ground as well, just reading the palms of Big Leadham and also Joe Greenwagon. And I tell you what, he's a wonderful player to watch.
Yeah.
That kick, he got the old classic 1-2 and beautifully called by Andrew Cooling here at North Hobart Oval on ANZAC Day in this clash of the round 4 TSL between the North Hobart Demons and the Launceston Blues. As Drewy said, a 27-point lead now in favour of the men in dark blue. That is without the red. Down it comes, Powerfreeman just swings around the kick. Nice long one, going back with a flight. Nice mark taken by Keegan Ryan. He's got a short one on in Sandrick, decides against that. Goes out wide to Steele. Finds a teammate in Millhouse, who goes over the top, finding Higgins. Higgins, short one's on to Williams. Williams right in front of the George Miller stand. Short one again. Over the top of Sandrick. You can't miss those short 45s. Nice tackle by Leafheber. And the kick comes in long. Roved beautifully by Holt. Ducks under the tackle, then just pops it up. This one will favour the boundary. And we'll see a ball in.
Just butchering it off half back at the moment, aren't they, the Demons? They looked to be controlling it pretty well.
That's I was going to say. They controlled it from half back out to that George Miller wing. And then the 45 kick, short one, was on. But it was overcooked.
Yeah. The decision-making's been fine there. It's just skill execution. And it leads to another situation they're going to have to defend here. And another stoppage inside forward 50 is forthcoming. But part of it's a really good behind-the-ball setup from Launceston. But equally as much of it is just poor skill execution on these kicks coming out of 50. Oh, getting in trouble there was Banks Smith. He just got the handball away in time. Now lurking dangerously is Pitcher. He swings it to the teeth of goal. And there is the big man once more, Cody Thorpe. He got us started this afternoon with a far more difficult kick. He'll go back for his second of the afternoon. Can extend the lead to 33 points.
Well, I'll tell you what, he's made that mark look really hard. He was expecting some contact, and he would have got it in the first half.
Yeah.
He would have got some North Hobart player just riding into him, but he was expecting it, and it never came.
So Cody Thorpe for his second of the afternoon. He leans back and misses one he should have had. It's been the one knock on their game here this afternoon, Launceston. 9-11-65 they move along to. They have been a little bit profligate in front of goal. But North Hobart, they badly need something to stem the tide here. It's 28 points. I don't think they've gone inside 50 this quarter, have they?
They have. They've got a rush behind.
First minute, that's right. Since then, one-way traffic. It has a bad vibe about it right now. Can the Demons turn things around once again? They just run into that blue wall. A strong tackle is laid by Woolley.
Little high.
It did slip a little high. Oh, bad decision to play on the decision making. It's just turning the water under the face of this pressure right now. They're making life very difficult for themselves. But Keegan Ryan's parked back here, turned into trouble, turned into more trouble, just got the handball away. And now trying to skip free into space is Pitcher. He eventually brings it under control. He's shifting sideways. Pretty well done by the Demons just to hold him up, but the ball's going to immediately come flying back in. Jackson's parked back there. Is that a mark? No, play on, says the umpire. No, chop of the arms has been paid. And another opportunity here for Launceston.
Well, who was it down there? I think it might have been Keegan Ryan, who was just like me on a diet, except I turned into McDonald's and then turned into Hungry Jack's. He just turned into trouble, and just put himself under more pressure where he could have just kicked the footy away and cleared the immediate danger.
Could have taken the option to go to Subway nice and early is what you're saying there, Chiefs.
A little bit of sushi maybe. Well, this is for number 4, and you can just knock it down in the books because Dylan Riley's kicked 3 in a term, and he's got 4 for the game.
12 for the season now, just keeping up that average of 4 goals per game. The Stars are starting to get on top of this game. It's Blackberry dominating out of the midfield. No Jake Hines today, who leads the competition in ranking points for the first 2 weeks, but Blackberry, I think, was second to him. He's averaging 27.5 touches a game and 2 goals. He's well on track for that once again, and it's those 2 key men in Riley and Blackberry really doing some damage now.
So back in the middle of North Hobart Oval. The margin now out to 28 points. And a free kick going against Launceston. Kick goes long and deep. Jackson's manhandled off the footy. No free kick doing. Goes back in to try and collect the footy. Quick kick off the ground. Nicely done by Norton. But it was a kick in danger perhaps. And it'll be a free kick going the way of Wright. 28 points the margin. Long kick down the line. Sandrick right in front. Roved it nicely with Pitcher and all by himself. Musica as he goes back and long finding Riley. At the fist came over the top from Williams. Banks Smith fell over at an inopportune time. Riley kept his feet, kept going. Handballed over the top. Tried to find his mate in Smith. Smith's little bend goes up towards goal and it's a beauty.
Steered it expertly, didn't he? And they are putting it on the scoreboard now. 10-11-71. They're out by 34 points. This was a close game not all that long ago.
It was 5 straight goals here to Launceston. And 3 of them going to Dylan Riley. That one there was Jake Smith. And Jay Blackberry with probably goal of the game, I reckon, with that little 1-2. I love seeing that stuff. That's my favourite sort of footy to watch, free-flowing footy through the contest. And brilliant work by the Lonnie Footy Club. What do you do here for your North Hobart, coach?
Park the bus. I don't know. It depends what you're looking to get out of the game, really. I think given where the list is at, you just got to keep trying to take the game on and try and learn some lessons. I think realistically they're not going to come back and win this one from now, but I think you've got to keep going and try and hit the scoreboard and keep giving the youngsters big roles up against the very best players in the competition. It's going to be good for the long-term development. Is sliding through here was Musica. They've really got on top in midfield. Grant Holt sends it in deep and Thorpe brings it down with strength, and he'll go back for another one. The dam wall has well and truly burst here in the third quarter. They are all over them.
Well, you just see players like Blackberry, Musica. I'm going to include Jake Smith through the middle there, as well as Palfreman. Just so strong in the contest and just able to get that little bit of separation.
So I thought missed one he should have had earlier in the quarter, and he's missed another one. So just leaving a couple out to the left here, Cody Thorpe.
Well, they're currently 5 goals for the quarter, Drewy, and I tell you, they could have easily been 6-2, easily.
Yeah, we're only about the halfway mark of the quarter two, which is daunting for the Demons.
Demons kick comes out again. Nice long kick there by Rowlands. Going out the back. And we'll see a boundary throw. Not sure entirely how the D's are going to get back into this game, whether they can.
Yeah, really well spoiled that from Dowling. It's about such a tough thing in modern footy to impact the contest when you're facing that way. Because you can't make front-on contact, you give away the free kick, got the fist up.
Yeah.
It's about as hard a situation as you get, and he defended it superbly.
Ball in, fist away nicely there. Over the top, though, finds Tuthill, who's had a fair bit of it in this term, off the half-back line. He's going to get it back. Nice handball from Pearce. Tuthill goes inside forward 50. Gee, luck's a fortune. Don White's underneath this one. Got the fist from behind. Thorpe. No, it'll be a free kick going to Don White. So White with a short one. Finds a teammate in Matheson. Don't handball here. He does. Don White just rushed when he kicked it. The only one after the footy out there was Josh Woolley. He laps it up nice and easy. Finds Smith short. So the ball at centre wing here was Smith. Gets called to play on. Short one's on here. Going across the top, finds Pearce. Pearce's handball off to Woolley, who's a good user of the footy. That one's not so good. Misses the mark. Quick kick away by Millhouse. Finds a teammate in Rowlands. The handball misses the mark again. Matheson off to Sandrick. Caswell rather. Spinning around the corner. That's a long kick by Poke inside forward 50, but again, Dowling chops it off nice and easy.
Just blazing around that Finlay Poke, and it's going to come out pretty easily here because in acres of space is Zach Morris. Ends up sending it long to the wing, and the big ruckman who flies and lead him can quite bring the mark down. They've got the numbers eventually. They want the ball to get out from this contest, Launceston, and eventually it does. The extra man comes up trumps. A long and strong kick from Pitcher. It's difficult for the big man Thorpe. Coming in at the contest there is Holt. The clearing kick's going to come right back at them because he picked out Palfreman. Palfreman just goes to the teeth of goal. It was probably not the right option. We just need to put it into the pocket instead. The Demons had numbers there. Keegan Ryan picks it up, and then he gets smothered there. Some nice work from Jay Blackberry, who's absolutely everywhere in this game. And another ball in. I tell you what, Hugh Williams, a bit of risk-reward defending from him. He's giving Dylan Riley some serious space when the ball's upfield. He's standing 15 metres off him in front of him. Riley happy to just sneak out the back as this one will be wrapped up and have another ball up. I'm all for proactive defending, but he's leaving the most dangerous man on the pitch in that much space seems awfully risky to me, Shebs.
Just feel a little bit, Cools, like the North Hobart are just a little bit too slow. There's been a lot of smothers from the Launceston Footy Club today. As this one comes out now for Palfreman, swinging around on the left, just pops it up, watch for O'Reilly to fly. Williams got a fist on it, jumping on the footy there is Taylor. He's repped up, and we'll see a ball up. Yeah, North Hobart just seemed that millisecond too slow.
I think it's
they're playing against the reigning premiers, so they're the best in the league. As Thorpe got the handball away, clever touch over the top. Sandrick's the only one down there though for the opposition team. Out the back, quick kick forward by Smith. Don White should gobble this up. He does. Now, what I'd like to see here is just some slow footy. Just slow it down and deliver. He can't. Power from him underneath his footy. Nice fist over the top from McCulloch. Might have given away a free kick. He has. McCulloch's not happy about it, but that's a free kick every single day of the week. So Power from him from a tough angle. I've only ever seen Fev kick one from here, and maybe the Wiz.
Jeez, that's a throw.
Robbie Devine. Anyway, Powerfromman decides to just pop it up to the top of the square. Riley flies over the back. It missed everyone except for Banks Smith, who was at the bottom of the pack. He sends an absolute bush punt out from the pocket, and Powerfromman just jumps on it again. Just they're either too quick, they've got more time, or they're too slow.
I think there's a bit of panic about that. That's the pressure has been overwhelming. Get it away from me. Just slammed it on the boot.
Yep.
Missed the drop punt, just butchered the kick. It's just the skills being impacted by the pressure, the perceived pressure. The fact that it must just feel like a blue tsunami washing over them right now.
In comes Powerfromman. We've got a nice spot from right behind him here in the commentary box, and what a beautiful kick, straight as a die, straight through the middle. And Powerfromman kicks his second and extends that lead out even further.
He's having a good game, Powerfromman, but yeah, they've hung in there doggedly in the second quarter. We're pretty good defensively, but they've just succumbed to the pressure. Just the constant inside 50s. They're taking their toll here in the game now, perhaps going the direction we thought it might pre-game, and I suspect the Launceston coaching staff at half-time weren't happy that this was a close game. They felt they should have been well and truly ahead. And message well and truly loudly received, I think, from the playing.
Well, it's 41 points now, Drewy.
Guess who? Just jumps on it, swings it forward, and that's a lovely piece of delivery to Riley, who leads out of the pocket. It's all too easy. They are walking it out of the middle right now.
What a kick from Musica. Beautiful stuff. And Dylan Riley just, again, found some separation on Hugh Williams. And he'll go back. We've got another good view here. Tell you what, sitting in the best seat in the house.
Well, Dylan Riley goes back, and he's just left that one to the near side. And that's him off the hook. And the lead now at 48 points. It's a pretty optimistic lead, I thought, there from Donnellan in the forward pocket. I reckon Dylan Riley unlikely to pass off from 25 out.
Kilpatrick goes short to Sandrick. Chopped off nicely, though, by Miller. Again, I'm not sure why he was asked to play on here. Off the pitcher from 50, sends it long and sends it goalward, and he's got one. Well, do you want to paint my picture? Because I won't remember this game because it's a blowout.
He's absolutely thumped that through. What a wonderful hit that was from Braden Pitcher. And this is turning into an absolute rout now. They are just doing as they will. And the Demons, well, they were brave. They battled hard early. But don't forget the two of the goals came from pure ill discipline too.
Yep.
From Launceston. They seem to have sorted that out now. They're getting on with the job and doing what we expect the competition favourites to do. It's pretty imperious stuff.
See, I'm just looking at Sandrick on music here. Didn't go their way. At the back for Caswell. Picked up nicely by McCulloch. It's not McCulloch at all, it's Big Elphinston. We'll see a ball up. Just trying to see who's actually playing the role on Blackberry, but I think he's on the bench. Rough stuff here in the middle of the footy oval. Musica is dragging three Demons along with him, gains a few extra metres. Wouldn't be bad in a game of rugby, I imagine.
Plough on through. Interesting the Demons haven't dropped anyone behind the ball despite the fact it's been such a blowout this quarter. Sandrick gets the kick away. Tumbling up there, gathered by Mathewson. Put their handball out. Griggs. They turned it over again though. And here come the Blues working it forward. Working down there. Banks Smith gets a handball away. They keep handballing around here. They're losing yardage. Eventually, Sandrick sends the kick forwards. And they've done pretty well to halve the contest. Needs to get rid of that one though, did Griggs. Eventually work their way through it. This is better, but the kick is intercepted again. The delivery inside 50 has been poor. lead them. They might be vulnerable back the other way. There's plenty of open space out in front here. Paul Freeman holds up, eventually wheels and goes. He sends it long in the Riley direction. Well defended by Williams on that occasion. Keegan Ryan under the pump. He's in trouble here. Desperately trying to get it across the line. And that might be one of the more remarkable goals you'll see. It is. Dylan Riley has somehow got a boot to it. Oh, salt in the wounds here. Launceston kicking away. Everything is coming up Launceston.
That was Dylan Riley just standing up, kicking the footy as he stood up. That was brilliant by Dylan Riley. Again, I love the way that Dylan Riley keeps his feet in the contest. It's a pretty simple thing to do, but a lot of footballers struggle to just keep their feet. And that was an example of where getting to your feet and being able to bounce up when you're on your backside can result in a goal. One of the most remarkable goals we'll see in TSL history.
Gary Ablett Senior once said that the most important football advice he ever got from Malcolm Blight was keep your feet. You'll be amazed what happens when you keep your feet at the contest and let someone else hit the deck. It is a pretty basic concept, but you're right, Tubes. It's perhaps undervalued at times. They're going to walk the ball forwards once more through Hamish Leadham. That will come down with snow on it. Eventually, it takes a couple of bounces, lands in the lap of Grant Holt, skips round one, and then centres the ball. Unselfish, composed, and he finds Cody Thorpe, who can go back. And we won't put this one in the book just yet, because he's missed two pretty straightforward shots this quarter after opening the day with an outrageous drop punt from the boundary line. Can he do the job here? Maybe he prefers the more difficult kicks, the big fella Cody Thorpe. He certainly made his presence felt in attack. He can go back and slot his second of the day here. This time he puts it through the middle. The century is up for Launceston. They raise the bat. They're up by 11 goals. This is pretty ruthless. The defending premiers are flexing their muscles at North Hobart.
Well, they certainly are. And it just looks easy at the moment. They've had a 9-goal 5. A little bit of Dolly Parton, 9-5 in this term. And it's easy as you like as the lights come on here at North Hobart Oval.
Just had no answers here, the hosts. Again in the middle, Elphingston and Leadham. Leadham has just been dominant this quarter. Tapping it forwards was Musica. Weaving through with speed was the debutant McKercher. Then gives the handball out. He might receive it back. McKercher for his second of the afternoon. What a wonderful goal. The youngster with speed and verve. He gets a second. It is party time here for Launceston. This is an absolute rout. He waltzed through them like witches' hats.
It absolutely did. And I tell you, his pace has not waned at all. He's kept the same intensity up from the very moment he got out there, and deserved second goal there for Colby McKercher in his senior debut. And a real fast haircut too.
Yeah, he's rocking a pretty loud setup. And look, he's shown a bit today, a couple of goals, and as you mentioned, pace he's got. A few tired bodies in defence from North Hobart were not prepared to deal with him there. They couldn't touch him. But, 72 points. North Hobart were up by 8 points late in the second quarter.
Yep, in the middle now. Sandrick trying hard. Out the back from McKercher. Diving on the footy was Angus Norton. We'll see a ball up just forward of centre for North Hobart. It's been a 9-goal 5 to 1 point, and it was rushed. Blackberry back on the field. Umpire ball up again. 16-13, 109, Launceston lead North Hobart 6-1-37. A 72-point margin in favour of the boys in navy blue. Out it comes now. Blackberry on his favoured left. Sends it long in towards Riley. Williams falls to the ground, and Riley's going to have another one. Gobble, gobble, gobble for Dylan Riley. That's a 6-pack. 5 in a term and 6 for the game for Dylan Riley. It's too easy here for Launceston.
Well, they've kicked 5. They've kicked 11. This has been an absolute beatdown. This has been the Premiers establishing themselves, going, no. that first half isn't what we're about here at Launceston Football Club. We're a better side than that. Boy, this has been ruthless. It really has. It started in the middle. Leadham is dominating, giving his midfielder service, and they're just walking it out too easily. There's not a whole lot that Demons defence can do when it's coming in like that. They haven't helped themselves clearing the ball back out the other way, but you got to feel for them a little bit. It's just been coming in far too easy. Musica, sweeping handball is a good one. Champagne football, this from Launceston. Riley could be on. Could he kick 6 1/4? He couldn't quite bring this one down, but the rookie's picked it up, hands it over the top. It's another one coming from point-blank range. Jay Blackberry puts through their 12th of the quarter. Extraordinary.
Absolutely extraordinary. They've doubled the amount of goals in this term that they kicked for the whole first half. They've kicked 6 in the first half, 12 1/4, and that's just too easy.
Yeah.
That's too easy. You saw the way that Colby McKercher just ran through the North Hobart defence then. Handballed over the top. Blackberry, unbelievable runner, because he started that play.
Yeah.
He was in the middle and he started it. As easy as you like for the Launceston Footy Club. So back in the middle. See another ball up. 30.5 minutes gone in the third term. It's a long quarter, no wonder. There's been 12 goals kicked. I'm running out of room in my little notepad here. Cools.
So you can jot them all down.
Jackson won that one down. Matheson tried hard. Banks Smith can't get it away. Now it comes out the back to Jackson. Nice tackle laid by Dowling. Is that holding the footy? Yes. Brilliant, desperate stuff there from Dowling. Dowling's got Smith out wide. He looks in that direction, looks up. Who's down there for the Launceston Footy Club? He goes towards Thorpe. Thorpe's got some separation. Nice fist from behind. Now North Hobart with numbers around the footy. Williams, little underground ball. Who's it going to? Pitcher, the only one that wanted it. Spanner out of trouble quickly and then drives it forward to Musica. Going back with a flight. Desperate stuff off the ground. Hugh Williams there. Can't quite get a hold of it. Now spinning out of trouble. He's got another one.
13!
Riley with the 7th and the 6th in the term for Dylan Riley. Unbelievable stuff here from the Launceston champ. Again, just kept his feet cools. Just kept on both feet. Brilliant stuff by Dylan Riley. And you can just tell that the North Hobart defenders are nervous when the ball gets down there.
Yeah, they really are. It's almost becoming a self-fulfilling prophecy for them at this point. They are just leaking goals. The desire and the intent from Launceston, though, there's no putting the cue in the rack. Speculate they might have copped the hairdryer treatment at half-time because they are playing with a real purpose. They are running so hard for each other off the ball. They've seemingly got 3 men everywhere. And it is as dominant a quarter as I've just about ever seen. Sandrick gets the ball here for the Demons. He's had a pretty quiet day, the Demons star man. They need him to get a bit more on the ball. Going to damage limitation mode, just about the best they can hope for at this point, because goal number 14 might be coming up. They send it inside 50 again. This time Thorpe outpointed. And the siren sounds with Launceston 90 points ahead. They led by 8 at half-time. They've kicked 13-5 to 1 behind in the third quarter. That is an absolute hell of a statement they've just made. They've put this game to bed. And really, all that's left to see is, will it end up a triple-figure result, or can the Demons claw back some respectability in the last quarter? As one-sided a quarter that, as you will ever see, the Premiers flex their muscle. They've taken care of business here on ANZAC Day. We've still got a quarter to go. There might be some individual records. Riley, he's kicked 6, he kicked 5 in that term. We'll see how many he can get for the day. We'll be back in just a few moments with the conclusion of this one. Launceston have stamped their authority all over North Hobart. They lead 19-13, 127 to North Hobart, 6-1, 37. one of the great smackdowns. Pretty one-sided quarter. We'll see if North Hobart can arrest that in the final term. You've got to think they're going to want some kind of a response here, Tubes, because that was pretty unacceptable, that third quarter.
I think so, and I think that's what your coach is wanting, just to come out and just see something in this term as they start away. Kilpatrick gets it down forward. They've just gone inside forward 50 for the same amount of times they went in that term. Big fly of players out the back. There's a chance there for Brown. They can't quite get it away. Out the back now for Leafberger, which is definitely not his name. Blackberry, though, quick. Out of bounds. It should be Leaf. You know what got me on that? You said it was German. And I always think of Das ist mein Hamburger whenever someone says German. And because I'm a very hungry man. Anyway, boundary throw-in. It's Leaf Heber, I should say. The boundary throw-in. Work to the front there nicely was Leadham. And it goes out of bounds in front of Blackberry, who's had the ball on a string, particularly in that term, well assisted by Michael Musica. And I thought Jake Smith out on the far wing was excellent in that third term too.
Offered him plenty of drives. He and Holt offered them some real pace, kind of going inside 50. And as did the youngster, Colby McKirker, who kicked a couple of goals and shown some tremendous wheels. A free kick. He's going to go to Jackson here. Just chips it to Banks Smith, and now perhaps a chance for the Demons to generate something, but just parked back there is Jamison House. He put it on his head, and the sound effects coming from the coach's box to our right told the whole story there. And the story of their day going inside 50. That's a long searching kick, and a strong mark is taken by Thorpe. Got a man on in the pocket. The head's right there, and guess who? He bobs up again.
Well, Dylan Riley, what a player.
Putting on a clinic.
Is he? Look, we've got some stars in this competition. We've got some stars in this state. You think he's up there with the best?
From what I've seen, yeah, absolutely. He might well be number one. Had an incredible season last year, obviously. Was a linchpin in their premiership side, and he's in pretty handy touch to start the year. What's he kicked? 7 already this afternoon?
Already got 7, yep.
He had 8 coming into this game. So this would be for his 16th of the season. Oh, don't bother leading, boys. He's got to have the shot here. Here he goes. Riley goes back. It's a good-looking kick, but it just drifted across the face for only a minor score. When you've kicked 7, I think you've got every right to have that shot.
Yep, absolutely. So it'll be Kilpatrick to bring the ball out. He's got a short one on. He goes towards Caswell. It's chopped off by Blackberry, though, because he just pops up out of nowhere all the time. He's just a constant runner. And that just floated up in front of Sandrick. Caswell, rather, was just too easy.
Yeah, came into the day averaging 27 touches and 2 goals. I reckon he's probably had the 27 touches, so here's for his second goal.
Well, he's actually coming in for his third.
He's already done it.
Yep.
Hard to keep track.
He likes it off the boot, but it's just going to fade across the face of goal out to the left for a behind.
Probably Dylan Riley, you'd say, with his 7's going to get the 3 votes, but pretty strong case, Joe Blackberry himself. He'd definitely get 2, I'd have thought.
Well, in the first term, first half, I should say, he battled hard, but he was well and truly held. Out it comes here now. Smith just got it forward, but there's only one man there. It's Zach Morris, who chops it off for the Blues. Morris looks up, sends it into the hot spot. It's all Demons here. Williams takes the mark. Short one on, finds Matheson. Banks Smith spinning out of trouble, then kicks it long forward. Leith Heber can't quite get there, and that's a strong mark to House.
Jamison House with yet another intercept mark. They've just been racking them up. These Launceston defenders all afternoon, they've just been chopping it off. And they move the ball quickly to the wing here. It's controlled ball movement to James Dowling. Let's see a bit of that this quarter, just knocking the ball around. Complete control, perhaps in the back. Yeah, pretty blatant 2 hands directly in the back of Groenwegen there. The advantage is paid, and strolling in to an open goal is Michael Musica, who hammers through another, and we're almost at triple figures now. And just once again, far too easy.
I'm shocked at the contrast of this game, because in the first half, you sort of felt we talked at half time. They couldn't, could they?
Yeah.
They couldn't beat the reigning premiers, North Hobart, could they? Yeah. And quite clearly they can't. They kicked 13 in that third term, the premiership quarter, the reigning premiers, and a massive lead of 90 points.
Yeah, they were outclassed, but we were saying the work rate, they weren't going to get anything easy on Launceston. No. They were being made to earn everything. That's just dissipated.
Out it comes. They've given this young man, McKercher, a chance in the middle. His kick down goes towards Musica, overran it. Williams just dodges past, handball to an opposition player. It's Grenwagon who goes short to Pitcher. Pitcher gets tackled by Sandrich, and it's holding the footy. So Sandrich will have the free kick at half back. Looks up. Short one's on to Leaf Heber, and then goes short again. Riley kept in front of it. Holt handballs up to Riley. Riley decides to run around Hugh Williams and just pops it over the top. Nice kick, easy as you like. And that might be 50. No, umpire says Pitcher's dived, and Pitcher will have a shot.
Yeah, I think Pitcher put a little bit of mayo on that one, I think, just looking for a certainty.
Well, it's the best condiment, apart from tomato sauce, but a very specific variety of tomato sauce I like.
No doubt. I mean, I'm not going to argue condiments with you, Tubes Taylor, that's for sure.
So, Pitcher will have a shot on goal. Holds the ball up, a la Ben Brown, and comes in towards the Horry-Gorringe stand. Straight through the middle. That's why you hold it up like that. Pitcher's got his second, and the second of the term for the Launceston Footy Club. And it is over 100 points.
Triple Vegas.
104 points. Well, again, I'm shocked.
It's remarkable. From where we were early in the game, very disappointing with the way the effort levels fallen away here from the Demons. It's one thing to be outclassed as they were, but the work rate's just not been there since quarter time, midway through the second, really. The defenders held on all right for a while in the second. They're under increasing pressure.
It's quite interesting to look at the setups inside forward 50. So Launceston in their forward half have a line directly from the centre of the goals through to the centre of the North Hobart footy oval. Every single player's in that line. Whereas at the other end, this end, they're a little bit more spread out in the North Hobart forward line. Out it comes here. Griggs just trying to get a handball away to no one in particular, diving over it right. And his pink boots can't help him there. We'll see a ball up.
Yeah, it's quite interesting. Launceston tend to have their players off the half-back line kind of running off half-back into the midfield contest as soon as the ball's bounce. They're kind of giving them the extra number. They're playing a bit more proactively. They've got three defenders kind of set up around the defensive arc. It's interesting little setups off the ball as this man's been moved onto the ball here in the final quarter, young Sam Banks-Smith. So, because of the way the midfield has been blown out for a few quarters, you might as well give a youngster an opportunity, see what he can do in there in this final term. Once again, Leadham has provided silver service all afternoon, and he found Blackberry, kept it moving along, got across to Pitcher. Pitcher deep inside 50. In the end, just waiting on it was Smith, allowed the defence in. Danger has not yet passed, though. Handball backwards, chip. Taylor can't quite pick it up. Desperate defence from the Demons, and they might just be able to hold out on this occasion. A ball up, just wouldn't quite sit for Brendan Taylor there.
It's getting dark here. Cool.
Just thinking that, even with the lights on here, it's not particularly illuminated. There's that one slapped back centrally. It was a dangerous tap in the end. Williams dove on top of it. Burrowing through was the big ruck. And then trying to bounce off was Kilpatrick. Heading for the safety of the boundary line. Back to Keegan Ryan. They should be able to clear the area here, the Demons. It's over the head of White, and it's going to set a real task for Griggs. Always favoured the defender on that occasion. Able to whack it into touch. Once again, it was Bowen Pearce on that occasion.
So a boundary throw-in on the half-forward flank for the Launceston Blues. Who's sniffing around? Who wants to hit the scoreboard? Punched away by Grimwagon. Out the back, chance for Millhouse, can't quite. It's out on the full off the boot. So a free kick going to Millhouse. Patrick's a short one on. Sends it high and long. Greenwagon's going to gobble this one up. Don White can't quite get the footy. Jackson with a handball off to Norton. Norton having a bounce up the centre wing. Sends it long again. And strong mark. Jeez, but he's been good today, Zach Morris, off that half-back line. He crosses the play out towards Smith. Smith's got Blackberry on if he wants him. Looks in that direction. Left foot kick is good. Finds Blackberry. Is he too far out to have a shot here, Drewy?
Yeah, he might just have to find Dylan Riley instead.
Yep, just pop it on Dylan Riley's head. He goes in the direction of Thorpe and Co. Quick kick out. Brad Young stays in somehow. Blackberry's happy to see it across the line as he was outnumbered. And we'll see a boundary throw in.
Yeah, some reasonable yardage earned in the end there. And Demon's thankful for it. He's a few tired looking North Hobart bodies out there at the moment. Launceston. Yeah, just looks like they're running downhill and the other team are running uphill. It has been just absolute belting here in the second half, and they're surging forward once more. Launceston. Here's that man, Dylan Riley. Couldn't quite bring it down on that occasion. The defence slammed the elevator doors shut on him, but the changer is still there, over the top, all on his own in the square, fumbled the chest mark. It did not matter. Cody Thorpe still had time to pick it back up and slam it over the goal umpire's head. Well, when you're dropping chest marks in the squares and you still get a second bite at it, it tells a fair story, and Launceston's domination just keeps on going.
Well, this is really disappointing for the North Hobart Footy Club after being so good in that first half. They've just dropped away.
Just the one behind since half time. Launceston have brought up their second half century with that. They've added 16 goals, 7. So one behind. Really has swung this game. Hard to believe. We were early, but that's why Launceston are the team to beat this year. They've given away a free kick here. Initial confusion with the umpire pointing one way, then pointing back the other, but eventually it would go to Callum Kilpatrick, who has turned it straight over, straight to James Dowling. Another intercept mark, and the Demons players were rushing forward, sensing a chance to maybe get a goal, and now they're going to be exposed back the other way. Gee, they've used that sweeping handball to the wing well. They've really used the width of this ground quite nicely with their wingers offering good overlap. They've not been afraid to just swing it out there. They go forward again. That's a poor kick on this occasion. Quite the service Cody Thorpe was after.
So boundary throwing inside forward 50 again. It's spent a lot of time in the forward half in this half of the Launceston Footy Club. Boundary throwing right in front of the Roy Kazali stand here at the spiritual home of footy. Punched away nicely there. Tried to kick it away with Smith. Bending over and picking it up, Powerfromman. He's had a lot of it today. He's been very, very good. Punched away by Musica. Just a little double tap. They kick it forward and rolling ball. It'll be that man in right who got it off to a good user of footy in Woolley, and he finds Powerfromman. So from half forward, Brady Powerfromman gets called to play on, has a short one on here, and finds his teammate easily in Taylor. So Taylor, who's kicked one in the second term, will go back in the bright blue boots and kick from about 52 metres. He swings around, gives himself a little bit more. He kicks from 49. It's a nice kick off the boot, and it's just to the near side through for behind.
Yeah, just the behind there. You've got to admire the work rate of Launceston, though. I reckon there were 6 different leads offered. One player's lead fizzed out, someone else would suddenly burst into the space. There wasn't really a high percentage chance they were ever actually going to look to pass there. It was a pre-regulation shot attempt, but they just kept offering. The work rate off the ball, absolutely phenomenal from Launceston today. As North Hobart move it forward through Keegan Ryan. He launches one long and deep, but again, ill-directed and just chopping it off. It's Jamison House on this occasion.
I'd love to see the stats of defensive 50 marks.
Oh, intercept marks would be off the charts here. Premier Data will supply them, so we'll be able to have a look at them post-game. That was a slightly risky kick-in ball, but making it work eventually turned into some trouble. They managed to get out of it. It was quite well done by Casey Brown, and they're flowing inside 50 once more here on Launceston. Thumping ball deep. Dylan Riley the target. Hugh Williams was parked back there. takes a good relieving mark, and his kick was a poor one, really putting Norton under all sorts of pressure. And there's going to be a throw in. Appealing for a free kick was Jay Blackberry, but I think if anything it looked a little bit high.
Yep. So deep inside the forward 50. It's a boundary throw-in again. The ball hasn't moved too far forward of this position for North Hobart. Boundary throw-in was rubbish. Power from him, quick out of the pack. Rolling ball forward. Riley kept it in. Williams happy to concede it behind. It's really dark here right now. So the ball comes through the middle for Norton. Norton's got music hold on his hammer. Great tackle. And that typifies Launceston's second half right there.
Relentless.
Absolutely relentless. Tenacious, relentless, whatever you want to call it. It's been excellent footy to watch. Unless you're a North Hobart fan, as that one's pushed across the line by Jackson.
So we've ticked 16 minutes now in the final term and towards the finish line here. Triple figure result. North Hobart are after having been humbled by 113 points by North Launceston. They're now copping the same from the other Launceston side. And starting to look like it could be a rather long year for the Demons. It's been the start to the year thereafter. Weaving through traffic, there was Brown. Handball off to Palfreyman. Nice little 1-2 from Palfreyman, and then just stands it up to the top of the square, and flying in was the big fella in Leadham. Ball hits the deck. Leadham goes again. Hugh Williams wraps him up. Ball still in dispute. Somehow coming through and snapping a goal was Dylan Riley once again. He's kicked 8. And the onslaught continues. Well, it didn't seem like that ball was going anywhere, but somehow Dylan Riley bobs up with it, and he just bangs through another.
I'll mark down the highlight reel right now. Tune in and watch the Dylan Riley highlights. Yeah. Tune in and watch the Dylan Riley show, because it's been exquisite. He kicked a goal in the first term, had a pretty quiet second term, but from the half-time break onwards, he's just put the accelerator down.
Just taken over.
Said, do you guys remember me? I'm about to kick 7.5. And he could have a few more.
He's made this round his own personal playing field.
He has. So back in the middle here at North Hobart Oval, as the sun starts to set on this Anzac Day clash. Down it comes again, and look who. Blackberry with real extreme pace down towards Riley. Flew high. Defended well by Williams. I think Williams has done a reasonable job. I mean, it's hard to say he hasn't, because he's had a lot of the footy. His opponent's kicked 8 though.
Yeah, I mean, he's not won it, but geez, a sheer weight of opportunities. I mean, there's not much the North Hobart defence has been able to do. The ball's just been coming in frequently. There's been so many inside 50s today, as that one's picked off by Woolley. Woolley gets under it a little, sends it into the pocket, and Williams takes a good intercepting mark and then bounces off immediately, looking to drive something out. That was good positive play. Found Jackson. Jackson turns inside, and he goes. But Grant Holt got him back into the space there, punched it away. Handball across to Pitcher. Pitcher surging to the Arca 50. He sets sail, but he hasn't got the purchase on that. And parked back there was Williams. He gets them moving. The Demons searching for a consolation goal or two, maybe to try and bring it back under that 100-point barrier, but 118 points, and looks like injury might be added to it, because Griggs is down the middle of the park being looked at by 2 trainers, so the evening could get worse still for the Demons, as Jackson takes a nice mark. Ryan sauntering out of defence, have it across to Poke to White at half forward, quick hands over the top, just had to go back for it a little bit. Now swings it to the teeth of goal. An opportunity perhaps. Will it fall for White? It does. He's immediately wrapped up and going absolutely nowhere. Jack Tuthill got him. And that sums up the situation. Have you got an update for us there on the injury tubes?
Yeah, Griggs still down behind play, still on his haunches. The trainers are picking him up, and they'll carry him off the ground. No stretcher, but it looks like a knee injury, perhaps.
Well, no weight being put on there.
He's got a smile on his face, though. Does Bill Griggs. fact, it's Riley Higgins.
That's not 15, just when the Demons thought they might have an opportunity for a goal. But not paid the mark was Callum Kilpatrick. And the umpires spotted something here. They're just going to be the ball up, just telling him to clear out, I think.
Apologies to those folks. It is Riley Higgins that is down behind play. He looks to have a smile on his face, though, so he's okay. Maybe just a knee injury. Free kick pulled out here, going the way of Jack Sandrick, the captain. So he'll have a shot from right on 50. There's maybe a consolation prize here for the North Hobart Footy Club. Haven't scored a goal in this half of footy yet. In comes Sandrick. He'll kick from 43 metres. It's a beautiful kick of the footy. It's got the journey too. Across the line. So a goal to Sandrick, his second. The first of the half for North Hobart Footy Club.
Yeah, it breaks their duck. Just the one behind, and entire total for this second half. We've now gone past 20 minutes in the final term, so at least they avoid being shut out in consecutive quarters. But yeah, really clasping for a silver lining here. It's been absolute demolition job, and so relentless as they've been. That's the first time they've allowed them a shot on goal in. I mean, that behind came in the opening 30 seconds of the second half. They've not scored since then. It's been a long, long time between drinks, but they do get something back there through Jack Sandrick, their star man. Can they maybe string a couple together? Launceston might take the foot off the accelerator. A little handball over the top from Caswell, tumbled forward by Finlay Polk. Jackson out after this one. He leads all comers, but he couldn't quite control it. Laid a good tackle though. And then just needs to watch out with the slinging there, but it'll be just a ball up. A good effort from the big man, who battled hard today, but not many winners out there for the Demons.
So ball up here. Jackson and Greenwagon out the back nicely. Run on was Pearce. Off to Musica. He's happy to have a bounce. Watch out. You've got Leaf Ebber on your hammer. Now running through with some real fluorescent boots. We can't quite see who it is. Blackberry. Off to Smith. Smith pops it up. Looking for Riley. Riley, strength in the contest. Strong mark at the top of the square. Go back and kick your ninth, young man. What an exquisite footballer he is. A real joy to watch. And Dylan Riley is going back for goal number 9. Bang, straight through the middle. Number 9 for Dylan Riley. Is he going to get 10?
Oh boy, it's on the cards. I think the ball's going to get down there. So
well,
he's got some time left for it.
I might be speaking out of school here, but I just heard through the double glazed glass here, get around everyone and get him 10.
Well, why not? The result's
I
beyond
agree.
doubt.
It certainly is. It's over 100 points.
Yeah. I mean, it's a team game first and foremost. These are the moments where it can become about the individual. You've taken care of business. You played a great team game. Let's get the individual this 10th goal. A bit like GWS did with Jeremy Cameron for the Coleman medal a couple of seasons ago, where they just blatantly switched game plan to, let's just kick it to him and ensure he gets the Coleman medal once they'd made sure of the result against the Gold Coast. So can Dylan Riley get 10? They're going to send it down in his direction. It wasn't a particularly good kick on this occasion, though. Did him no favours. And out in front of both he and Hugh Williams. But he's kicked 9. And it's down there again. He's going to park himself in the centre in the goal square, and why not? It's his office, Dylan Riley's office, the goal square, and he has been very, very productive at the office today. Can he find a 10th? A little bit here as this one's knotted down. It's all done by Musica. That was strength to get the handball away. Thorpe handballs it over the top and couldn't quite connect. Through for just the minor score. We've ticked by 24 and a quarter minutes, and the only real interest left in this one is can Dylan Riley find goal number 10?
I'm backing him home. The ball comes out, nicely done by Ryan. Long kick and a strong mark there by Tuttle. He's clever. He played on quickly, sends it low, and a strong grab inside forward 50. That's beautiful stuff by Taylor. Well, Taylor's going to go back and have his shot. if I'm Dylan Riley, I'm walking around behind him and asking for a handball.
He's running. He's headed that way, Riley. The coach is imploring the handball. And there it is. Dylan Riley for goal number 10. He's nailed it. Dylan Riley, you superstar. 10 out of 10. Full marks for Dylan Riley. And that was fantastic. Just waited. The coach was imploring him. You could hear him through the double-glazed glass. And he delivered shoes. What a moment.
What a moment in TSL footy. 10 goals to the star that is Dylan Riley. Unselfish stuff from Brendan Taylor after taking a ripper mark. But I tell you what, it's just a great treat to see a full forward kick 10 goals.
You don't see it very often. You've got to soak it up and enjoy it when it does happen. What a performance this has been. He just moseyed on over. Said, no, I can't, give me the ball. And, yeah, got it.
That's all she wrote.
Through the middle. Goal number 10.
As easy as you like, Drewy. Going forward again. Powerfrman, music up. There's a couple of players down behind play. There'll be a free kick going the way of the big man in McCulloch. McCulloch sends it long down inside forward 50. A little push in the back there from Jackson. It'll be a free kick going to the Blues. Taking the kick there is House. House has got a short one in Greenwagon.
Oh boy, look who's on over the back.
Yeah, why not? Just send it tall.
He's on his own inside 50.
Short one. Right. You can hear how passionate the coach is, Mitch Thorpe, for his boy Dylan Riley. They've followed each other around Tasmanian football, haven't they? And found their place at the Launceston Footy Club. Nice work by Woolley to get his handball off. Musica, who's been so strong. Sends it long down towards Riley. Can't find it. Good fist from Williams. Short one by McCulloch. Finds Williams. Again short. Is that Banks Smith or is it our man Leafheber? Might be Leafheber. Sandrick. McCulloch. Long to Jackson. Fisted away nicely. Gee, the numbers out here with the Lonnie Footy Club. Kicked away by Woolley. It's marked by the D's. Short one's on here. And taking the mark is Rollins. So he'll have a kick. It's 27.5 minutes gone in the final term. North Hobart 7-1-43. Trail Launceston 25-18, 168. It's going to be a big victory to the North Hobart Blues. Launceston Blues. How am I going? It's been an enthralling game of footy. Tale of two stories, really. The first half, it was all the D's with their pressure and their tenacity, and then must have got the hairdryer out as it goes long. Fisted away nicely. On his hands and knees, the handball came out from right, and they'll clear it here.
So they bounce off half-back. Once again, a long ball down the line. Williams comes across to kill it, but he doesn't. And they might be on again here. Charging forward is Riley. Can he pick up an 11th?
Oh, there it
is. Siren sounds. He was thinking about it. It matters not. He has kicked 10 goals, fitting that the ball would end in the arms of Dylan Riley, because the second half was the Dylan Riley show. One of the most dominant individual performances you're likely to see. He kicked 10. Launceston absolutely put on a clinic after half time. They kicked 19 goals to 1 in the second half, and they are run out resounding 125-point victors.
Well, Drew, a treat to call with you, mate. I've got to go and do my ground announcing duties, but it's been a treat. What a game of footy.
Absolute pleasure to have you on the call. Tubes Taylor. I'm sure we'll be hearing plenty more from him throughout the season as he takes off to just see his MC responsibilities. The man of many hats, Tubes Taylor. But I think he'll go down and probably prepare to announce a Best on Ground award for a player that I think we figured out who might win it. So, full time at North Hobart Oval. It'll be the post-game presentation. What a show we've witnessed. What a performance from Dylan Riley. He kicked 10. He's an absolute star. was 6-8, 44 to 6 straight 36 at half time. I don't know what was said in the half time talk from the coach, but it had its desired impact. Launceston at their dominant, ruthless best in that second half, and they showed just why they are the competition favourites, the defending premiers. The Demons, well, it's going to be another long week of soul searching for them. Coming into the game 0-2, coming off a 100-point belting of Hanson North Launceston. They looked like they'd responded really positively. The first half was a great effort. Their attack on the man of the ball was first rate, but it fell away. And once the pressure fell away, Launceston simply did as they willed. They were ruthless, they were dominant, and there was simply no stopping Dylan Riley. I've been Andrew Cooling calling this one with Tubes Taylor. We'll hand over now to the presentation of the Anzac Day Trophy and for the best of field. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you've enjoyed the call. Do tune in to future broadcasts. From myself and North Hobart here today on a day where Dylan Riley simply stole the show. It was Launceston. Far too good for North Hobart.